Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yeah. Wait. Oh, I lost your audio. Yeah, that's money, Logan. Awesome, dude.
Sweet.
You get in a fight?
A fight?
You got like you got a little dinger.
Oh, yeah. That was a little dumbbell, and it's kind of turned into a bit of a zit.
Oh, dumbbell to zit. Wow. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what else I'm gonna do? I'm going to stick your Instagram under there. Oh shit! I fucked that up. You got 2 underscores?
At the beginning and at the end, yeah.
Oh god, triggered. I'm triggered. So triggered by an underscore. Underscored in numbers. I don't know which I dislike more, but you have symmetry though. You have symmetry. I like symmetry.
It took me a long time to be able to get a handle that didn't have a number in it, so I took the first one that I could get.
Did you have any underscore issues like me? Like I got underscore issues. I'm like, I don't want to see an underscore.
I'd rather see an underscore than a number.
Yeah, right. Okay. You didn't play football or anything? The people who play football are like, you don't understand numbers. The number's important.
I did play football. I played football and baseball, and my number was always 8, but in football I had 39, and so I had to use both of them in my Instagram handle before. Apparently, there's a lot of Logan Ewings out there because I could never find a good username until about maybe a year and a half ago.
What is Ewing? What's the origin of Ewing?
I don't know.
the only I'm trying to think. I think there was this famous show when I was a little kid called Dallas.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that until someone told me. Yeah.
It's old. It's an old ass show. Like when there were only 3 stations. Like literally.
It's kind of like Yellowstone, right?
Yeah, but not as good. It was stupid. It was a soap opera. I guess I wonder if Yellowstone's considered a soap opera. Hey, dude, what did you think about the Phil piece? I slammed the shit out of it, but everyone seems to love it. I'm the only one.
Oh, that's super cool. It was super
You did
cool.
like it?
Yeah, Phil's a good dude.
I hear you. I think Phil's a good dude too. I think Scott Vanderslut makes amazing content, best in the biz. But I just watched it and I'm like, hey, this should have only been 4 minutes long, and it's almost like a eulogy. It's just a bunch of look at these people. I'm getting tore up. Phil documentary was excellent. Look at yeah.
I thought it was really good. I don't know how much Scott, Bennett, Ben, and like Frank, like the media team that people see at like the events. I don't know how much they had to do with it. There's another guy, Josh, that I think it was his project. I don't know if he had help on it, but I guess he's worked on some like really big projects before. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but
yeah, all right.
I mean, I see Phil every day. I talk to Phil. I talk to Phil every time I see him. He's just super cool. Last year I was taking care of somebody's cat, and then they ended up that they weren't coming back, so we had to figure out where to take it, and took it over to Phil's, and they're vibing there.
So you hate Phil? He got the cat. He got the second.
I gave it to Phil.
Oh, I give the second.
I didn't want it. I was supposed to watch it for like 3 months, and then it was going to turn into like a permanent thing. And I was like, I don't really want a cat. So
listen, if I hate you, I give you a cat or a used coffee machine. An old coffee.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm not a big cat guy, so that was a little hard for me to take care of it for that long.
I would love cats. I would love cats. I could really use it. Like I would love to have like 5 cats, but I live on this old highway and they'll just get smushed. I just want them just because they would eat gophers and shit. And I have so many gophers.
They are good for that.
Logan, you're Mayhem athlete.
Yes.
And you're living in Cookville.
Correct.
And your homeboy is Roman. That's like one of your main, like, hey, you want to jump rope together with me? He's like your playground buddy.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, he and I mean, we've had different people kind of come in and out at different stages and jump in with us, like like right before semis and then lead up to the games. Victoria was in with us, but since about maybe November of last year, on. Every workout that I've done in Cookville has been with him, and vice versa.
Yeah. Can you tell me about that? And by the way, I respect the fact that people like the Phil video too, by the way, and I'm glad, and it's doing great, by the way. And it's not a dig towards Phil. No one should know that. It's just a shitty film, and you guys don't have the guts to say it's bad because Phil's a good guy. I understand. Okay. You don't want to push back, Logan, and be like, no, it's good.
I mean, I thought it was great, so I'm just gonna
stick with great.
But this is America, so everybody's entitled to their own opinion for the most part. So sometimes maybe not so much.
Supposed to be entitled to it. Hey, do you watch this show very often?
Yeah.
Do you know who Philip Kelly is?
I do not. I know, like, when you have most of the CrossFit athletes on, I'll watch a lot of those.
There's a dude in the comments named Philip Kelly, and this dude right here with the hat on could be like his little brother. It's crazy. It's crazy. Who is that? What is that guy's name?
His name's Dylan. He's one of my best friends.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how much he looks like this dude, Philip Kelly, I'm friends with, who's in the comments all the time. It's nuts. He looks a little more stout than Philip. I mean, Philip's buff and all, but your dude looks stout.
Oh damn, he would love that compliment.
Yeah, is he buff? Is that dude buff, Dylan? He looks buff. He looks thick.
Sure. I wouldn't say so, but
oh, okay.
My standards are a little higher.
Well, yeah. You've been compromised. Your perspective has been compromised.
100%.
Jeffrey Birchfield, opinions are like assholes. Sevan has one. All right. Fair enough. Bruce Wayne. Hey, Logan.
Hey.
Audrey, you're making Logan uncomfortable. Logan,
no,
zero uncomfortable.
No. It takes a lot to make me feel uncomfortable.
Can you tell me the early can you tell me how you ended up at Mayhem, and then I'm curious how you got partnered with how that friendship with Roman sprouted. But how did you end up there?
Yeah, so it would have been late 2019. I qualified for some sanctionals, and I was 18 years old, so like didn't really know what we were doing, didn't really have like a strict program. So I'd kind of reached out to Haley because I knew her from our teenage years, and I was like, hey, like, what should I be doing? She was like, just sign up for Mayhem Athlete, and then started doing Mayhem Athlete. Got connected kind of with Jake. I'd been friends with Paige for a little while, so just through that year,
Paige Powers.
Yeah, so like through that COVID, the quarantine, and all that, I was just religiously following Mayhem Athlete. Like everything I did was Mayhem Athlete. And then later that year,
Logan, sorry, where were you living then?
Still back home in Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah. So then went out in like December to Michigan to train with Paige. So it was Paige, Darren, JJ, and it happened to be a time where Rich was in town, and I'd met Rich at like Strength in Depth. Yeah, right there. Like I met him there. So
that's a trip that Rich was there. He didn't go back there very often, but
no.
Yeah, good timing.
I think it was under like some unfortunate circumstances, like a family member passing, I think.
Okay.
But worked out with him a little bit. And then funny enough, my dad played college football with Jim Hensel, who does the Mayhem Mindset stuff. And I guess Jim's first workout ever, like CrossFit workout ever, was with my dad. So like we had that I just had a lot of relationships, and Rich's cousins were telling me I should come down here sometime. And then kind of just like a perfect storm, I guess. Like I kept getting removed from classes. I was in college. I still am, but kept getting removed from classes because I didn't have the jab. And Colorado was going in a direction that I didn't love for all that stuff. So then I was like, I kind of want to see what else I could do. Waited for my fiance because she was just a little bit younger than me, so she still hadn't graduated yet. So once she graduated, it was like, hey, like I really want to move over there, like see what I can do if I dedicate everything to it and train in a environment like that. Because like my dad owns the gym I went to. Great affiliate. Like I would say, I'm biased, but I'd say it's the best in Colorado. But we just,
I'd say it's the best in Colorado too. Fantastic gym. What's the name of it?
CrossFit 970.
Yeah. Best gym in Colorado. I agree.
There you go. Yeah, there's not a lot of athletes like up north, especially. So it was just hard like training alone all the time. So then I wanted to move out here, kind of reached out to some people, checked it out, and then moved. And then to answer the next part of your question with Roman, we had like a big group last
Hold
year.
on a second.
Pump the
Look,
brakes.
that's you on the cover of 970.
Sure is. Oh, that's
Yeah.
in the old space too. That's like that. I think that might have been like right before the teenage games in 2018.
Dude, that's a nice gym. Is the new
Oh,
one better, you're saying?
The new one's better. They grew too fast though. Like they started getting so many. I mean, they had a good member base to begin with, but they got so many members over the last like maybe 18 months that I mean, the space they're in, it seemed like it was never going to be too small, and now it's too small. It's like 30 people at every class.
Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Your dad's a beast too, by the way. Your dad's huge. What a studly looking dude.
I've got some good genes.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate on my dad's side, I'm like the only one that's under 6 foot. They're all like 6'3" or taller.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of him. I saw some pictures of him in here, and I was like, "Holy crap! What? Yeah, look at this dude. He looks like a movie star."
Well, let's not talk too much about that because he's watching. It's gonna inflate his ego.
Yeah, look at him. I think I have that shirt that he has. That's issued to every dude when he gets old.
Yeah, he used to compete. He made the games the year after I did, so he made it in 2019, and then he didn't have the videos, and he didn't feel like redoing it because he didn't really want to go, so he just didn't do it.
Yeah, he got like, more important stuff to do. Does he want you to go to the games? Is that something he wants you to do? Does he ever talk you out of it? Like, hey, stop fooling around with that?
No. Nope. I mean, since maybe when I was like 15, it's always been kind of something that I've wanted to do, and both of my parents have always supported it.
How close did you get to going as a teen?
I went in 18. I missed it by one spot. I missed it by 1 point in 2017, which sucked because my best friend, who just happened to train at the same gym, he made it that year. And then 2016, I had some elbow surgeries and missed it by maybe 2 spots that year.
And how did you do in 2018?
Not great. I didn't really know how to climb a rope. Well, I knew how to climb it legless, and so I was trying to figure out how to do it with my legs. And when I touched the top, I'd just kind of free fall, and I fell onto the rope, and like they said, it was like a little tear in my quad. So like that affected me more than because like we had yoke carries after it, and like I was just like slowly going left the whole time because of that leg. But it was a great experience. Like I can't be too mad. I didn't really have a lot of competition experience going into it, so.
What year did your dad open the gym, Logan?
So the gym has been around since like 2010 is when it started, but then him and his friends bought it in early 2018 and changed the name, and then eventually moved it later that year.
Okay, because I was gonna be like, how did you not know how to climb a rope with legs? But your dad didn't actually own the gym till 2018.
Yeah, I mean, they'd all taught me the techniques, and I figured if I can do it without my legs, I'm cool enough that I don't need to learn how to do it that way. And that kind of bit me right in the ass.
Yep. I can totally relate to that. You probably just did the pinch method. Yeah, I could always climb a rope easy, and I just did the pinch method. And then a few years ago, I'm like, I'm learning the other method too. Well, by pinch, I mean just that, where you just put your 2 feet together and shove like a little kid does. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't help that like back then people were still teaching the Spanish wrap a lot. Like where you like wrap it all the way around. So I would try to do that, and I honestly to this day I don't know if I could do it that way.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Maybe maybe could, but it would take me probably like 2 or 3 reps to actually figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that's funny. I forgot all about that. I don't see anybody do that.
No, I mean unless you were. No, I can't even think of a time when you would need to use that.
Tell me, so you're in Colorado and you're in school, and everyone there is taking drugs, and since you won't take drugs, they kick you out of the class?
Yeah, I
Do you try to go anyway? And they're like, Mr. Ewing, show us your track marks. Show us your track marks.
I tried. And then I was only able to get one professor to like sign off on me. And this is the dirty thing that they did out there is there were a lot of classes that were offered online. That once they made the requirement, the jab requirement, once they made that requirement, they took those classes off from the online. So it kind of forced you to get it. So, I mean, there was one semester where I was taking maybe like 3 credits. So 1 class and then 6 credits. So it was like, I think I had 4 semesters in a row that it was like, I basically wasn't even going to school. And even including when I moved out here, I switched to CU, which is Colorado, switched online there. And their admissions office for their online program and their in-person program are the same. So the day that the semester started, all my classes were gone because I didn't submit the vaccine paperwork.
No shit.
And then I couldn't get in for that class. So I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what am I supposed to do?
How glad are you that you didn't get it though? Now in hindsight, you're like, whew.
Well, if you look at my medical records, they tell you a different story, but I'm glad. I'm so like, I hear.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to out you then.
No, I had to get into Canada somehow last year.
Yeah, good on. Was that for some CrossFit event?
Yeah, for Atlas Games.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We'll get to that in a second. Wow. Okay. So sorry. If you look at what, we'll get to that in a second. If we look at what?
Just a lot. I mean, a lot of people have it on their medical record now that didn't actually get it.
Yeah, a games athlete already told me last year, hey, I don't have it, but to get in the country, to get in the United States, I had to have it.
Yeah, it was.
Was that easy to do? Is that easy to do?
I can't speak for everybody, but if you know people, I'm sure it's not the hardest thing to do, especially if you're in one of those states that had such strict requirements, because they were probably doing it for tons of people anyways, and their bosses and supervisors and everything probably didn't really care either. But yeah, I mean, I know people like my age that have been athletes their whole lives, like basketball and soccer players that got the jab and had heart issues from it. And I was like, I had COVID and it wasn't that bad. So I was like, I'll get it again and I'll deal with it. Even if I do get sick, like it's still better than, in my opinion, it's still better than the potential long-term risks of what the jab could do. And like, dude, if
I got that thing, I wouldn't sleep well at night. I'd be tripping every night I went to bed. Is this my last day? Is this my last day? I would be tripping.
I would be freaking out. Like if I drank like too much caffeine one day and my heart was racing, I'd be like, this is it. I'm going to die today. My heart's going to explode today because I thought I needed to get it. Yeah. I knew I wasn't going to get it though.
I was in this coffee shop the other day. And granted, I'm in Santa Cruz. It's kind of like, just imagine like one of those weird hippie places in Colorado. That's where I live, right?
Yeah.
And but the hippies aren't hippies anymore. There are no more hippies. They're all like, think of them, they're more like Nazis. It's weird. Like overnight, everything changed. But and I loved them as hippies. But I was in there and there's a guy behind the counter and he's probably like 23 years old. And this lady walks up to me and she starts talking to me about this October 4th emergency broadcast system test. And she's telling me that when the emergency broadcast system sends out the signal, everyone who got the injection is going to turn into a zombie. And I'm just listening to her, waiting for my peanut butter smoothie to be made, right? I'm like, hey, dude, extra peanut butter. Don't be chintzy on that. And the guy behind this lady walks away, right? And then the guy behind the counter is like, hey, what was that lady saying? I go, just some weird shit about like emergency broadcast alert's going to turn all the vax people into zombies. He's like, what? And he starts freaking out. He's a young kid, and he's like, what are you going to do? I'm like, I didn't take those drugs. And he's like, I did. I'm like, don't worry about it. You're fine. You don't even know if you get turned into a zombie.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Well, I'm not going to turn into a zombie.
I'm doing nothing. Sit at my house with a gun and shoot you if you come through the front door like this.
Oh man. Can you have guns out there in California?
You can. Kind of. You can.
Okay.
You can.
I didn't know if they took that away from you guys yet or not.
Or you just run to Dave's house. Dave's got a bunch of guns.
There you go. That's smart. How far is he from you?
Close, like 11 miles. Basically, Greg's like 11 miles south of me, and then Greg Glassman, and then another 11 miles past that is Dave. We're along this corridor, and then going the other way, probably like 25 miles north of me is if it were a straight line would be Don. Don lives up here too. Don Fall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The new guy, yeah.
Yeah. Not the old guy. Not the old guy from Boulder.
No, not that guy. That guy definitely got turned into a zombie. That guy was a zombie, double zombie.
I think I met him when I was 13. And yeah.
Who, Rosa?
Yeah.
You did meet Rosa how did that happen? Oh, because he's a Colorado
Local.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wear their pants tight in Boulder. Every time I go there, I'm like, man, the boys wear their pants tight here.
Yeah, it's a different place. It's beautiful there, but man, the people.
It is beautiful. So that was a downer because of the Colorado thing. So then you go to Michigan and you're hanging out with Darren and you're hanging out with Paige was there also.
Yep, and JJ.
Who's JJ?
Rich's cousin that he's on a team right now. I can't remember their team name. So I would say he's the cousin that still competes. He's bigger guy. He's like 6'3". Maybe not 6'3".
Is he related to? So he's related to Darren too.
Yeah, they're a part of that massive cousin group.
Okay, and then so you go there, and how long do you train there? Is it just like a weekend, or you spend some time?
I think I stayed about a week.
Okay.
I mean, this was during like the height of COVID, so like flights were dirt cheap then. So I'm pretty sure I like changed my flight to stay a little longer because Rich was in town. So I want to say like a week.
And there you get kind of a taste of the mayhem. Do you actually get to talk with Rich and like and train with him a little? Oh
yeah. Me, him, and his cousins, we were lifting together. We were doing all of our stuff together. It was super fun. And I mean, it was good vibes. Like part of me was like nervous. I mean, I'd obviously been around like Rich, Matt, Tia, like I'd been around them before when I was competing. And so it's like, they are just people, but there's still like that aspect of like, oh my God, it's Rich Froning. So I was like, just trying to be normal and not like, not starstruck. And then, yeah, so like we were just talking and it was fun. So then felt like maybe that was a good foundation to lay to go forward and maybe think about moving to Tennessee.
Yeah. And then here you are with Matt. Is this at what games was this at?
This was Strength and Depth. So
okay.
That was January of 2020 in London. That was my first sanction when I was 18, competed against him. He beat me, believe it or not.
Oh, crazy. Oh, that's cool to say you got to compete with him or against him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time.
So you so you go there, you like him, and then how soon after are you like, oh shit, I'm just gonna pick up and move to Cookville?
So I had like a really fun living situation. I was living with my friends, so like it definitely took a lot longer than I would have imagined it would take. I want to say like maybe like 4 months later when stuff was still going down with school and everything, that's when I like really gave it like the sit down and think about it for a while thing, and then talked to my now fiance. I was like, hey, you're graduating. Would this be something that you would be interested in? And I was like fully expecting to have like a PowerPoint ready, and she was just like, yeah, okay, all right. So let's.
Hey, is that weird? Like I think of Nashville as like another country. Like for me, I might as well like move to Spain. Like I'm in California, and like if my wife was like, you and your chick were Colorado natives.
I was. She moved. I mean, pretty much for her. She moved there when she was like 7.
Yeah, so it's a trip to move to Nashville, right? I mean, just like I don't know whether it is or it isn't, but it just seems like a different place. It's the South, you know what I mean? Like they take a pot and they put it in the driveway and they throw a turkey in it.
For me, I think it was a little easier because it reminded me of like a little bit more of what Colorado used to be, because we used to be known as like kind of the purple state. So like Nashville obviously it's very diverse in the people. Like the rest of the South is very red. But Nashville's kind of both. So it reminded me of like what Colorado used to be before it became a second California. So
Really? Colorado's a second California?
oh dude, it's so bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, I had no idea.
Luckily up where like my parents live and where I'm from, it's not too bad. Like we're up north. And actually the county that I was living in, Weld County, which isn't where my parents live, unfortunately, but I was living there before I moved here. They always, every time there's voting, they want to become a part of Wyoming because they say it reflects their values and beliefs better, which I'd be for it. They don't have a state income tax.
So we like the blue states because we like pesto and the theater and parks. We don't like the blue states because we don't think you should chop off penises. No chopping.
Yes.
Penises off.
No chopping penises.
And we don't think it's okay to rob small businesses under any circumstance, right? No robbing small businesses. And what about in California? They want to make it illegal to investigate the death of a baby up to 7 days after it's born. We don't like that either, right? That sounds like it's okay to kill a baby, right?
Yeah,
I wish I was extreme. That's not even extreme. Yeah, that's not even extreme here. We don't like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's unreal.
All right, fine, that's good. But we do like pesto and the theater and parks.
I mean, I can't really say I know much about pesto or theater, but yeah, parks are cool. Parks are cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Even the dudes who dress as women, it's cool if they don't do it at the schools or at the library, but they just do it like at the theater. It's cool shit. It's fun. I'll vouch for you on that. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I got your back.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah. All right. So we don't like stealing or hurting kids. You and I could be neighbors.
Just not in California.
Once in a while, I like to fill the chimenea up with. Do you know what a chimenea is?
Could not tell you what that is.
It's some liberal stuff too. It's like a fancy steel thing, and you burn wood in it, and you gather around it, and you smoke weed. But I have a chimenea, and at Christmas time, after Christmas, I like to stuff it with the dead Christmas tree, and then get the leaf blower and blow into it, so it makes crazy smoke, so much smoke that like my neighbors will call the fire department, and my wife gets really pissed at me. You ever done a leaf blower and fire?
I cannot say I have.
Oh, dude.
We did used to light our hands on fire though. Like you'd spray it with Axe body spray and then.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Well, that's something to look forward to when you have kids. A leaf blower and fire. I'm really disappointed. Your dad looks like the kind of dad who would have done a little bit of leaf blower and fire with you.
No, you do anything with fire in Colorado and people are mad because the state burns all the time. Yeah, it's a bad fire state. I'm not gonna lie.
David Weed, pesto is super gay. I use it sparingly, buddy. Just a little bit of gay. I just slather my pizza with a little bit. I just have a little bit of gay.
Is it like you have like a certain amount you can have per week before it becomes like?
One time I ate a whole pesto pizza and I just craved dick for a month after that. Oh, I keep telling myself your dad's listening. I apologize. I hope your mom's not.
Oh, dude, he doesn't care and she's used to it.
Okay. How many boys are there in your family?
2. Me and an older brother.
So you're so you go back to Colorado, she's graduating, and then it's 4 months, and then it's kind of a 4-month dance with her and you like kind of cutting the cord with your homeboys in Colorado. And then how does someone make the leap to Cookville? Are you like, hey girl, what's your girl's name? Leslie, you're like, hey Leslie, we're gonna go there. We got like $3,000 saved up. We're gonna sell your car. We're gonna drive across the country in our Honda Civic and rent a place and just start a life there. God, that sounds bold. Is that how it works?
Not quite, but in a way, yes. Like it was kind of like just take the chance. Like we're young and it's cheaper to live out here than it is there by a mile. So there's that. And then just, it was more of like hey, we'll figure this thing out when we go. Like I still, luckily, like I have my last house that I was at in Colorado, all of my furniture and everything was like kind of hand-me-down stuff from my parents. So like I at least had all that. Like that was nice. Had their help, had their support. So it was a pretty simple move once it kind of happened. It was just figuring out the timing. So I mean, I had Wadapalooza on a team like with some of my friends back in Colorado. And then finishing up the semester, so I had to wait till I could have realistically moved like December of 21, but we waited until like January 2nd of 22 to actually drive everything out here. It's a long
Okay,
drive.
so this January will be 2 years.
Yeah,
Are her parents in Colorado?
they are. Yes.
Are they kind of pissed you took their pride and joy so far away?
So she's back there right now for a little while. So I'm sure that they've forgiven me for that. I mean, they forgave me enough to give me their blessing to marry her. So I guess can't be too mad.
Are you married now?
No, August 18th next year.
Holy shit, dude. Wait a second. That's right after the games.
Yep.
Are you going to the games this year?
I'd be the plan. I'd love to. I feel like I have most of the physical capabilities to do it as an athlete rather than a spectator. So just got to piece it all together at the right time.
The first time I think like you really came on my radar is you were competing at the Zealous games that year. We covered it.
Yep. That was a fun time.
And did
Messed
you get
myself up.
Yeah, you got wounded there?
Yeah, that one I have some regrets on my approach after that towards the injury. Like I got my MCL, ACL. Like I didn't tear anything, but it was like good level whatever strains. ACL, MCL, meniscus. The meniscus was kind of the pain in the ass thing. And the week after Zalos, I came back and my buddy that I grew up in the sport with, he flew out here and he doesn't really do CrossFit anymore. He's in the Air Force, but he was like, yeah, let's just hang out for a week. We'll go hang out in Nashville on Saturday. So we hung out, worked out a little bit. So I was rehabbing then. And then the next week with kind of no warning, I walk into the gym one day and I'm like, huh. It's like Roman's back. So I went over and he's like, let's do this. And then we worked out together. And then I kind of just, honestly, that was how that fell in, but he was prepping for Wadapalooza. So I never really did like enough time off to rehab it.
So that hurt you when you jumped in that workout with Roman?
Not that specifically, but the like
that started a cascade of hard training.
Yeah. Cause then I never let it heal. And like semifinals, I knew like the pistol workout. I was like, I'm screwed. I can't really do a pistol right now on my knee. So I knew the writing was on the wall when they released that workout. I was like, muscle ups are one of the things I'm like, I can do them with anybody. Like I feel confident in them. I was like, sweet muscle ups. And I was like, oh, but pistols. Oh man. Uh-oh.
Have you been drug tested?
No.
Did CrossFit's never send a drug person to drug test you?
Nope.
You ever been in the gym and like the dude walks in, he's like you and points at Roman and like walks him off to the bathroom?
Last week he came for Roman.
The drug guy.
Yeah.
I think I saw Adler and Gazan got tested last week too, or a couple weeks ago. They both made posts. Yep. We got tested.
Yeah.
So they do them all at once. I wonder how good you have to get. You never got drug tested as a kid? Did you get drug tested as a kid at the games?
No. That was a point. That was something that a lot of people had an issue with, and I could see why. You could just
what issue? Not testing the kids? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said because there's no prize money, and I'm like,
oh, interesting.
Doesn't matter. It's there. If you're in that stage, if you're willing to do it, then you're looking at it as a long-term thing, anyways.
So you wish they did. You were one of the people who's like, "Hey, test the kid. Test us. Come on, test us."
Yeah, I mean, not making accusations or anything like that, but I mean, it gives you it's a safer play.
I only bring it up now because if I had an injury and I was a games athlete, I don't know what the half-life is on peptides, But I also know that I think I looked it up, and you're not allowed to take peptides. And if you look at why USADA or UWADA or your mama doesn't want you to take peptides, they say it's because there's not enough testing on them. They're not like, hey, it's performance enhancing. They don't say any of that. It just says that there's not enough testing on it yet. But like, if I'm not in the fucking testing pool and I have an injury, I'm filling I'm using BPC 157 like till the fucking every day, a whole vial of it. Like, I'm getting healthy. Just because I don't want to be an old man with a fucking busted meniscus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
fuck being good at the sport. I need to get healed. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, shout out CA, peptides, hormones.
Shout out, always. Yeah. Where's my link?
Yeah, no, I mean, I messed up my shoulder pretty good in August. I went and did a comp in Utah, and the barbells were slick, and we had a 3-rep overhead squat from the floor, and my hand just slid out. So like, yesterday was, I was so pissed off, and Roman and Lazar calmed me down a little bit, but like I hit 225 for a triple on snatch and felt good. And I just could not get 245, which is not that high of a percentage for me to be failing it like that. So, I mean, that's been frustrating, but I feel like that one, it's pretty much just snatching that bothers it. Like, a long swim will too. But other than that, it's just snatching. And it's like, it's frustrating. But this one, I'm rehabbing it right. Like, we were doing some like tempo handstand push-up stuff the other day, and after the 4th set, it started to hurt. We had like 6, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna just take these next 2 off.
Smart. Okay, so you're not young and dumb anymore. You're getting a little.
Yeah, I'm getting a little wiser.
Yeah, good on you. Listen, this is a great line from Fergie Show. Jeff, if you ever have ask for directions to Cookville, they'll tell you it's right behind Mayhem. That's awesome.
Oh, I mean, hey, that's not far off. Like, yeah, but I will say this: like, people say Cookville's like this tiny little town and all that. It's not. It's pretty big. Like, it's big for me. It's bigger than what I'm used to. Like, for me,
you still don't have a nice hotel. You still don't have a nice hotel.
Hey, take it up with people here.
But that's what I mean, how small it is. Like, what's the nicest? I mean, like Applebee's is still where you go, like, on prom night and shit, right? I mean,
whoa, I don't know about Applebee's. I don't even know if there is an Applebee's, actually.
Well, you know what I mean. Like
there isn't. No,
am I right? Like when I was there was not a nice hotel there. Like, there wasn't even wherever I stayed, it wasn't even. It was like a chain, but it wasn't even. It was like complete rundown. There's not like a nice Holiday Inn where you're like, oh, this is nice. The hallways are clean. There's no broken glass in the parking lot.
Like, I don't know if it's that extreme, but yeah, I mean, there's no like 4 seasons.
No, but not even like there's not even a Hilton there. Someone look it up. Someone send me a link.
I feel like there's a new home to
nicest hotel
close to Mayhem.
Hey, so when you went there, neither you or your girl had a job there?
Nope.
And does she work there now?
Well, she's working back in Colorado right now. She got her esthetician license, so she waxes people and does stuff like that.
Oh, that's huge. I feel like anytime I ask my wife what she's doing, she's going to one of those. What are you doing today?
She's ever in Colorado.
Yeah, get whacked. Okay, so it says that there's a Holiday Inn there that looks nice. It says there's a Hampton Inn. I think I stayed at the Hampton. It was garbage. There's a
Hampton Inn's by the movie theater. Yeah.
And wow, so here they are claiming, like, here there's a Fairfield Inn and Suites that actually looks nice. What's going on? Maybe things have changed since I've been there. I haven't been there since 2010 or 11.
Oh, I would assume that it's changed quite a bit then. I mean, even in the 2 years I've been here, like, there's been some stuff popping up. Like, last week was anarchy because there was a crumble cookie that opened up out here.
And that a lot of people like that.
Yeah, everyone was like telling me, like, dude, you got to go. I'm like, I lived within 10 miles of 2 of them back home, and
yeah,
I didn't go much then. Like, I'm good. It's all good. But yeah, they're great.
They have one near my house. The thought of going in there I would rather drink a gallon of COVID than go in there. I'd rather eat a Burger King. I'd rather eat 37 meals in a row at Burger King than go in there. Honestly,
well, I don't know about that. Burger King is ass.
I hear you. But I just have no desire to go into crumble cookie.
That's fair. We went in there one time in like
I think it's bad for my
2020.
brand. I think I'll grow. I think
Yeah.
I'll grow a vagina. Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
They were big time Musketeers.
Oh, they
at
were?
Crumble.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Well, they should be.
I mean, it was only me and my roommate in there, but it is what it is.
They should
Like I
be.
live with this guy.
12 years, Sevan. It has to have changed just with the Mayhem influence. All right.
Wait, so have you never been to the new Mayhem gym, the big one?
I think a couple years, I think maybe in 2018, I passed through Cookville with Dave or Greg, and I did see it for a minute, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm making that up in my head or
Man,
not.
you should come see it now. Even like I said, even in the time I've been here, like having that athlete only gym attached to it, it's nuts.
Me and Rich were getting along great. I was thinking like, hey, maybe I should come out there for a couple months. Like, I think our friendship's ready to take that. And then I had to destroy the Phil documentary. I don't know where we stand. I had to destroy it yesterday. But I'm happy for him. I think even me destroying it gives it good publicity.
I mean, that means if the people that haven't seen it, maybe they'll go watch it to see.
Yeah,
if you're
go
right or
watch
wrong.
it. Yeah. And no one's agreed with me. Like in my comment section, everyone's like, no, Sevy, it's great.
Good.
I like Phil.
I don't agree with you.
Yeah, there you go. See, no one agrees with me. Mr. Watkins, Sevan, I think if you grew a vagina, it would be very good for your hit brand. Great. Thanks.
Hey, they can do that surgery pretty easily, especially in California. I'm sure they've got a lot of surgeons that are ready to do it.
They'll give me.
You might be too old. They probably prefer if you're like 10 or 12.
Oh, with CrossFitters, you get a little more life out of. Dude, I got a healthy foreskin. They can make 2 vaginas. 2 years. So you go to Cookville. You get situated there. You have some injuries. You got like 3 or 4 things that you're attending to, and somehow, so you're there. Are you there before you have your shoulder and you have your quad and you have your elbow? I'm listening.
Well, quad and elbow, or nah.
Okay, fine. Just shoulder.
And that wasn't in Cook. That was like the elbow was 2015. So
okay,
I was just a wee lad.
Okay, I'll cross those off. Don't judge him for those. And then Logan. So when you get there, are you there before Roman?
Yeah.
You're a Mayhem athlete before Roman is. I mean,
yeah.
At the facility. And then so you're there training one day, and they're like, "Hey, Roman's. Can you tell me about that buildup? How he comes in, and you guys kind of become friends?"
So it would have been in early 2020. So before quarters, right when he got his visa, he came out to the U.S. He went somewhere else to a different camp. Didn't want to be there. So then he came here.
What camp was that?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay, someone tell me in the comments, please.
And then he came here, and it would have been like for maybe like a month. So he did quarters with us, but then he had to go to Madison because that's when he just needed to be with Rosa for, I don't know exactly, maybe it was like his wife's visa to try to get all that sorted and stuff, and then just to have someone that speaks
not Eric
language.
Rosa, but Russian Rosa.
Well, Uzbekistani, but yeah,
Uzbekistani Rosa. Okay.
Yeah. So he was here for that month, and he and I got along really well from the 3 words that he knew. And it actually got to the point where Jake Lockhart texted me, and he was like, "Hey, would it be okay if Roman comes in and stays with you and your girlfriend?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And then the day he was supposed to move in.
Would you have been comfortable saying no? Like, was that presumptuous of Jake Lockhart?
I mean, if it would have been somebody that I didn't have a relationship with, yeah, I would have said no.
Okay.
Yeah, but I liked him. He and we hit it off pretty well. He helped me with rowing. Like the first day, he spoke no English. By the way, nobody's gotten it right from what has popped up. So okay. Not gonna drag those camps or anything. No, that's
right. That's right. I forgot about that. That was a good relationship though he had with Nick Fowler anyway. It's not like it was bad, right?
No, from everybody I've ever heard talk about Nick to this day, they say he's awesome. So
right. I've only heard good things about him too. Part of me thinks
I
he's a
think
dick, 'cause
it
I
was.
remember he
I
used
don't
to be a
think it was.
CrossFit hater, I think, but I've only
Yeah.
heard good shit about him, and I met him at the games, and he was cool as shit.
I
He's a
think it
gentleman.
was like a problem that he had with like Florida itself, maybe. Like, I don't think it had anything to do with people or anything like
Wasn't
that.
Brute in Colorado for a while? Wasn't Nick Fowler? 'Cause I remember when Brooke
Utah.
Entz used. Oh, okay, but he's not. Is he in Utah still? I know
I
we're
think
way off
Nick
subject now.
is.
Okay.
I think Nick is, but he's not with Brute anymore. So
Patrick Clark.
yeah.
Nick is amazing. Yeah, I got to have him on
Yeah.
the show. Okay, we serviced that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
So I
because
mean, just
Logan did though. Logan was good. He's just on the straight and narrow. But these people in the chat and the host is real scumbags, real drama.
no,
Okay,
I mean,
and
we
Roman lived with you.
formed a good relationship with him, and then he was gone. And I mean, I was still rooting for him. I still wanted him to win last year, being 2022, and then he just showed back up one day. Like, I don't know how many people or if any of the athletes knew he was coming to town, and he actually knew some English that time, so it was like it just hit off pretty easy then. And then, I mean, he and I we're just like constantly. Can I cuss? I'm allowed to cuss, right?
A little
We're
bit.
just constantly
I'll tell you
shit
if you go
talking
too
each
far.
other.
Yeah.
We're just constantly shit talking each other in the gym and working out together. And I mean, he's been great. Like, I told him, he told me yesterday not to let any of his secrets out or to talk about him too much. And so, I mean, he's been a really good friend, and he's been like an older brother. Like, I'm sure he didn't ask for a little brother, but he got one.
And who's there in Cookville with him? It's I know he got his dogs, and he got a lady, and does he have and he has a kid, right?
Yeah, his wife and his kid.
So when he's there, he doesn't have a translator. He's on his own.
He's on his own. And Rosa tells me to make sure he isn't using his phone too much, which so I've been around.
What do you mean, his phone to translate, or just like check out?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like, I've been around like my fiance's family, like they're from Mexico. Like, I've been around people that don't speak English or speak limited English.
Uh-huh.
And so I know how to like slow it down when I'm talking to them and use like words that they're going to know. So I think like sometimes when people, like a lot of the people around here have only been around people that speak English their whole life. So they'll just come up and start like talking like it were me and you. And, oh, wow, look at that. And so I feel like sometimes he looks to me to slow it down. But his English is very good. His wife's English is really good, which is crazy.
That's a great outfit on her, by the way. My wife does that right there. She does those boots and those pants and like a sweater like that. I like that outfit. Like, you could see the
like when we very first started dating right there.
Yeah. Where do you meet a Mexican girl at whose parents don't speak English so good? Where do you meet her?
Well, her parents speak English.
How's her Spanish? Good? Is she good at Spanish?
I mean, I think so. It was her first language. I would hope she's good at it, but I couldn't tell you if she could be totally making it all up, you know?
Have you seen her ID? She looks like she's 12 here.
Well, she's like 15 in that.
Oh, how old are you there?
16.
Oh, look 17. At you had a beard already? My God.
Yeah, I was in denial about my beard when I was like 14. I would shave it. And then finally I was like, I have a beard. Why? I was like, this looks cool.
Okay. So he moves in with you. He's there. Rosa tells you, hey, make sure he's practicing his English. He's practicing his English. So his English is good?
Yeah. So the day he was supposed to move in with me is when he ended up just staying in Madison for the rest of that summer year. So he never actually lived with me. But yeah, once I met Rosa, which was earlier this year, she was like, hey, don't let him like cheat his English or whatever. And I was like, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I think really the main reason that he uses her is just to keep the conversation like faster when it's on camera, and just it's more comforting. Like, I'm sure if someone asks you to speak a language you don't really know in front of, thousands of people, it's probably not the most comfortable thing. So I totally get it.
Yeah.
But she told him he's on his own next year. So we'll see if she stays true to that.
Jeffrey Birchfield, Sevan, did I really just hear you talking about his girlfriend's butt? You heard me talking about her hamstrings, but you heard butt because that's what people do when they listen to the internet. They spin shit the way they want to hear it. And her butt was great too. So I guess now you can say I talked about her butt. But I like, my wife has jeans like that in those boots, and I just like the way it makes her hamstrings look. But if we can talk about her butt, I wouldn't know. It's okay to talk about your girlfriend's butt a little bit, right?
Yeah, she doesn't dress like that anymore, really, because now she's like all super into working out. Like she's been working out since we've been together, but now she's like,
oh, she lives in Lululemon's now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
yeah,
she's like really working for it now. Like she's got muscle ups now, and I mean that was super cool when she got those.
That is cool. My wife just switched from Lululemon's to another brand because there's something in Lululemon's that's like bad for your vagina. There's like some sort of plastic or something in there that you're not supposed to have.
You're saying your girlfriend wearing them?
You should definitely not be wearing them.
Everybody always asks me when I'm going to start wearing tights like Roman, and I said as soon as I figure out how to stuff them with something.
Dude, I've been working out in long johns because I'm old and I want to I want to get hot. And every time I do, I'm like, oh wow, now I know why Roman wears tights. It's nice wearing full leggings. It's nice. Hey,
I'll wear tights under shorts.
You do it once and you'll never come back.
I don't think so.
All right, you'll see. Does your dad wear tights when he works out?
He does not.
Yeah, well, he's old. He should.
He pretty much like glues himself together before his workout, but no tights.
Tapes himself up.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's got every piece of equipment on, and then it smells like old man lube when he walks out of the bathroom. Cause he's just,
I'm here.
I think he like just gets in the shower and just starts pouring it all over himself. Sorry.
I understand. So do you like training with him? Is it too much? Is it a dream come true? Is it like, did you know he was going to be this good? Tell me, what's your original impressions of his like fitness and his work ethic and his movement?
Yeah, no, it's like a dream come true. Cause he's so meticulous. He just works super hard. And I'm very schedule oriented. And a lot of people, I mean, and this isn't just for our camp. A lot of camps, like maybe people kind of just show up around a certain time. Like there's not a specific time that they're going to show up, but for him, he's like, no, every morning, 8:30. And I like that because I don't like waiting till 9:30, 10. I like being in there earlier. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like even better. I would have made it work if he would have said anytime. But yeah, he just works super hard, and it's like, he doesn't like look at a workout and go, oh, I don't know, like maybe we shouldn't do that because of this. Like if it's on his true coach, he's going to do it. The only time he changes the workout is if he changes it to be harder. Like last week we had one that we had like 35-pound double kettlebells, and he made us go 70s. And then we had like pinch carries with the plates. It's like you just pinch on the plates, and Facundo wrote like 25s, and he made us do 45s, which was, it's hard to even get those things off the ground and pinch carry like that. So just stuff like that. Like if you can't feed off of his work ethic, then there's something wrong with you. Like the dude just goes, and it's no wonder why he's so fit, because he eats, sleeps, and breathes his profession. Like he doesn't, even after Wadapalooza, he wouldn't even like go out and get like a treat, like ice cream or something like that. Like he doesn't really eat anything unless he or his wife cooks it. So it's like, he's just so meticulous about it. The only time he'll stay up is if it's to watch UFC fights.
Oh, really? He's a UFC fan?
Oh yeah. He and I talk so much about that. I was talking mad shit to him yesterday about Islam. I said that Habib is way better than Islam.
Are Islam and Habib fighting? I've been watching some video. They're not, because when I hear Islam, I haven't heard. I heard Khabib has spoken out, but yesterday or something. But I watched a video with Islam a couple days ago, and it sounds like he sensed some frustration with Khabib. No, you haven't heard anything like that?
I don't think so. Habib's back with him this time. Like the last fight camp, he wasn't there, so I feel like he's back this time. But I also talked a lot of shit to him because I've grown up a big Justin Gaethje fan because his wrestling coach used to go to my dad's gym. So
dude, you look like you could be related to Gaethje a little bit.
It's because I'm 25% Mexican.
And Gaethje's Mexican, right?
Yeah, he's half, I think. He's got that. He's like that Canelo, that ginger type, though.
Or how about Brian Ortega? I think is full Mexican, and he looks like he's fucking German.
Yeah.
He didn't look Mexican at all, but he's straight vato, like low rider. Like, have you seen his family? Like, he's with his family, and you're like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, they're the Cholo Mexicans.
Yeah, crazy. East LA.
Yep.
So he do you watch the UFC with him or no? He watches that shit by himself. It's too late.
By himself. I watch pretty much every fight though. Like even the fight nights. If it's a pay-per-view card, I'm watching it for sure.
Yeah. Don't tell me I haven't watched last night's yet. I can't wait to
I didn't watch last night's. I was busy watching CU football.
I'm gonna watch it though. I'm gonna get on the assault bike and watch it. I want to see the Bobby Green fight for sure.
I did see that. That was cool.
You did? I invited him on the podcast. He's one of the only people who ever said to me, I think he's the only one who ever said to me, it'll be $1,500.
Damn, I should have said that.
I did not pay him $1,500. I'm like, go.
I'll take 15, just $15.
All right. I'll send you a CEO shirt. How's that? You allowed to wear?
Oh, yes.
Are you allowed to wear anything besides Mayhem clothes?
Oh, yeah.
There's not a rule when you're there. That was another thing.
Go ahead.
That was another thing in the Philip documentary. All the trainers there, their shirts are too tight. Everyone needs to move up one size, just one size.
Yeah, everybody says stuff about that with Josh.
Criminy. Like, just one size wouldn't hurt. Just one. He almost looks like he's like stuck in it.
I mean, there's like the trend now is the big oversized shirts, right? Seems to be what a lot of people are going with. I don't know how people work out in it like that. I can't, but
oversized, yeah, that's no good.
It's no good. That's like LSKD is big on the oversized stuff, and I'm like, just send me a size smaller then, because I don't want to be swimming in my t-shirt.
Are you sponsored by them?
No, but I have a good relationship with quite a few people there, so I get kits from them before like semis and stuff.
I want to destroy them, but I haven't because my buddy Pedro is sponsored by them. One of the guys who has a podcast, Peter from Coffee Pods and Wads.
But they're a little woke. I mean, but here's the thing.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice.
I'm gonna be nice. Aren't?
That's okay. That's okay. Do something bold, like support. Come out hard for gays against groomers, or support like lesbians. Like, I'm all about supporting lesbians, like fucking 100%. But this fucking conflation of gay people with fucking pedophiles is fucking disgusting. And I asked one of my friends who's a graphic designer, I said, will you please create a new gay flag? I'll fly that shit. I'll make it my back banner. These are people who like same genitalia sex. Everyone else, get the fuck out of the room. We don't want you in here.
I mean, it's crazy. You talk to people that are just gay, like,
yeah,
that community has gotten.
They've been hijacked.
Wild.
They've been hijacked.
Honestly, yeah.
They've been hijacked. They've been hijacked. Same with. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a separate show. Yeah.
Yeah. We could start our own little political show. I could talk for hours on that stuff.
Oh, good. Like, Rambler, gay people, cool. I like that. It's a very simple sentence. Gay people, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool people, gay. You could fix it. People, gay, cool. Yeah. You can put those three words in any order. I'm down. Born primitive, not woke. Yeah. I'm cool.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. I didn't think of that. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, everything else has a level of it, like Nike, super woke.
Oh,
Noble.
My God. Oh my God. Hey, so those companies actually enforced you to have to take drugs to work there. You had to go to a hospital and take a mandated injection to work at those companies. That doesn't even like.
Oh yeah.
You're an asshole to do that to people. You are an asshole.
No, they were trying to protect everybody.
I heard Rich did that. I heard Rich was making everyone take the injection in order to get in the door at Mayhem. True or false?
False.
I'm never going to get invited to Cookville.
I don't know how many people in Cookville have their injection, to be honest with you.
They didn't allow it in there, I heard. Yeah.
They tried to bring it in. It got blocked.
I guarantee you there's some fentanyl and Mountain Dew there, though.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I understand, fentanyl is not as prevalent out here as it is out west yet. But yeah, I mean,
well,
it's all over the country.
That's another thing too. So we'll put that on the Democrats think it's okay to inject drugs on the streets in front of kids. We don't, us red people, we don't think that, right? You got to go in your own house and do that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make decisions that are going to harm yourself, but nobody else, like that, it is what it is. You can't really stop people from that, but
you can't do it on the escalator on the subway. You can't do it on the subway.
Yeah. Do it away from people, especially because if you do OD and there's like a 3-year-old that watches you OD, like, yeah, it's a wild world we're living in right now.
When's the last time you had a Mountain Dew?
Oh, I don't even know, honestly. Long time.
But when you go to Mayhem, do you always see a Mountain Dew? Like see like someone walking around with a Mountain Dew Red or something?
Every now and then you'll see like there's people that work there, like in the apparel store / Froning Farms department that don't do CrossFit, so they'll have like lesser food.
This is a scandal. This is a scandal.
I mean, they'll have like there was like a McDonald's bag in there the other day. I was like, yo, who would have ever thought you'd see a McDonald's bag? And
do you have a go-to fast food if you have to
out here, I'd say probably just like Chick-fil-A, but if it's back in Colorado, Qdoba for sure.
Yeah. If I go to fast food, I make sure that when I come home, it's embarrassing to say this because I'm a grown-ass man, but I scan the car for any sign of it, even like straw wrappers. And then I don't go in the front door. I go around the back and throw it away so my wife doesn't see it. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged.
I had a roommate throw away a couple bags in the outdoor trash one time, and I was like, dude, you can throw it away in here. We're not going to judge you.
Yes, care. You are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, that's a good thing though. Like if there's that shame around,
I think it's a great thing. I have no I think it's a great thing. I'm glad my wife shames me for that shit.
Yeah, like my fiance and I, we told each other, like, if the other one ever gets fat, like you have to say something. Like if I get fat, I want her to be like, dude, you need to get your shit together. This is disgusting. I will be okay with being fat shamed if I'm fat.
Yeah. But at least for, I'm a healthy man. I don't mind my wife. I mean, my wife doesn't put on 20 pounds, but like she's probably been like, I don't know, 135 for the last 5 years. But when we were in college, she was probably closer to 150. I like my wife at 152. I'm happy with I'm happy with the 20 pounds of whatever that is that she puts on. It lands on there nice.
Yeah, mine's like, she's pretty short. She's a little thing. She doesn't always acknowledge that because she's Mexican, so she's pretty big for her family.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's like me. I'm Armenian. I'm 5'5". I'm an animal.
You're a giant.
Dude, I'm a fucking beast.
So I mean, she's like, I don't know, she's put on some like muscle weight, like, cause she's been lifting and everything. So she got up to like maybe like 135 or something like that. And she's like, I need to be lighter because we're getting married soon. I was like, no. I was like, keep it right there.
Yeah, no.
I was like, do you not want to be able to like flex out of the wedding dress? Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah. She torn any pants or shirts yet? Lat's torn any shirts or pants?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
I mean, maybe. I'm sure she wouldn't tell me. I think there's like girls wouldn't tell you something like that. Even though it would be a good thing, they still think it's bad.
I saw Audrey, by the way, I'm going to circle before the show's over. I'm going to call my wife and find out which pants she wears that don't damage the vagina's pH or whatever. Like she switched to like something that's like, you know, cotton made in Egypt or something. I'll tell you what it is. I was at a wedding once. You know who Nicole Carroll is?
Yeah.
And so it was after the wedding and we were all like just sitting around outside eating, and she sat on a bench and she tore her fucking pants, just the ass right open.
Oh, nice.
And then she went and changed. She was dying laughing. She was laughing so hard she was crying. Then she came back and she tore her fucking shirt, dude, from her lat. All within 30 minutes. It was crazy.
Was there alcohol involved?
I don't even think she didn't have time to get alcohol. It was just like we just sat down and both happened. Yeah, it was awesome.
I would say the only time I've ever like lost a shirt entirely, there was alcohol involved. And it was my favorite shirt. It was my favorite shirt. It was my roommate's birthday. We had a party bus, and I took it off at some point in the party bus, and it didn't make its way home, and I was really sad about it.
Oh, it did, but it didn't get torn off Hulk Hogan style?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
No, I've never torn a shirt. I tore a pair of baseball pants, though. That was pretty funny.
Hers was like a dress shirt, like not like a stretchy t-shirt. It was like a dress shirt, like a button-up shirt. You know what I mean? When and there was no stretch to it. And she did something, and then it just fucking just ripped open in her lat. I was so impressed. I was crazy impressed.
She's just flexed and it was gone.
I don't even know. And she's not a big. I mean, she's yoked, but she's not like a big girl. She's like 5'2", 130. She's tiny, but she ripped that shit up. Hey, how did you lose your baseball pants? Those are all. Those shouldn't rip either. Those are flexible, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I just at some point that day, my teammate told me my pants were ripped and I had to find a new pair.
Ripped down the ass?
Happened. Yes, kind of like the right ass cheek.
Wow.
It could have been sliding or something like that.
This is a bad sign, buddy. I'm so sorry to say this. Andrew Hiller looks like I'm okay with being fat shamed if I'm not fat. If I'm fat. Logan Ewing. Wow. Oh no. You're fucked. Hey, Hiller, are you going to take this podcast and cut it into little pieces and destroy Logan forever and ever until the end of time?
I texted him yesterday.
Don't watch my podcast. What's that? Asshole.
I texted him F, Marry, Kill. The three people he just made videos on.
Oh my goodness. I don't think that the video. I think he's made some videos that I think are like too much for me. Like I think, oh shit, if that was about me, that would hurt. But I don't think the one he did on Sporty Beth a couple days ago was mean. Did you see it?
Yeah. No, it was.
I didn't think it was like there was nothing bitter about it. Like the one on Bryce, man, he beat Bryce up.
It went hard in the paint on that one. I'm not.
Yeah, but the one on Sporty Beth is kind of like
that was fair.
Free therapy. Yeah, I thought it was fair too.
Yeah. I mean, she's like literally saying that.
Take out the fact that she's overweight and just be like, it was just like, hey, dude, it's not okay to put on 30 pounds and then tell the world it's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
he was just having a diet discussion with her, like just two dietitians talking. That's the way I took it. She should come back with, no, it's fine.
She said that, like, if you're a trainer, most people get into that so they can bully fat people. I'm like,
yeah, that was crazy.
Like, what world do you live in that's what you think?
I'm going to tell you the truth about that, by the way. The main reason that men become trainers is for one reason.
Oh, no.
And it's the reason they get up in the morning, and it's the reason they don't want to die, and it's the reason they have kids, and it's the reason why they invented the light bulb, and that's the reason. And it has nothing to do with bullying people. It's kind of the exact opposite. If you can't figure out what it is, DM me. I'll tell you on the side. Fucking knucklehead. Bullying.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'll give Hiller credit on that video.
God, I forgot that she said that. That's crazy. Bullying builds character.
It does, honestly. As long as it's not like overboard. There's a line.
Like Conor McGregor talking shit about homeboy's wife, calling her like a whore and stuff. What's the guys from Louisiana? Dustin Poirier. That was a little much. Well, here's the thing.
It wasn't as bad as when he was talking shit to Habib.
What did he say about Habib? He say something about Habib's wife too?
I was going after like his whole religion, his whole family. And then like when Habib's dad died from COVID, Habib tweeted something about like good will always be evil. And he said like COVID good, father evil, and then he tagged Habib in it. It's like, yo,
Oh,
that
that's some. Hey, but that's some like lot. He put logic to his.
it's more. I think it's more acceptable to talk like that in MMA because they get a chance to hit you. Like in other sports, they don't get to punch you in the face and knee you and beat the hell out of you. So it's like,
right. That's fair. That's good context. That's good. Like, so if you, but here's the thing: boxers and rappers and fighters, they can get away with saying some shit.
yeah,
Like Mike Kelly was doing all sorts of racial slurs, and it was just cool. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with it too. Like, yeah, you fight. You could say all sorts of crazy shit. He wasn't saying them in a derogatory way, but just like part of his vernacular. Yeah. Mayweather punches some bitch out I love her. That's just part of the game. Oh, all right.
One thing with like different people that come through these doors that are learning English that I've realized is like trying to explain to them why you can't say certain words that start with an N. They don't get it. They're like, but they say it all the time. I'm like, you just can't say it.
Well, we know it doesn't make sense. A lot of shit don't make sense. Yeah.
They're like,
those urinals that are fucking so high that only a 7-foot guy could use them don't make sense. I don't know why. We still haven't figured. The urinals that splash on us, don't know why. Throw that in there with the N-word. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's like
splashes on us. The fuck.
Our culture just knows not to.
Yeah, we have a spaceship that goes to the moon, but we can't make a urinal that doesn't splash on us 100% of the time. It's just fucking nuts. And you don't even know till you walk out in the restaurant and you're like, oh, fuck. And your pants are fucking splattered. Like you ran through a sprinkler.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, your turn. Go ahead. You go off. What were you going to say about the N-word? Go ahead. Go ahead. Hang yourself on the podcast. What were you going to say? You want to say it really bad? Go ahead. It's a safe place. Go ahead. Say what you want.
I would say like culturally we know not to do that, but like when new people come in, they're like, it doesn't make sense to them. Like, it kind of does, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's like, just don't say it. I was like, I won't say it. You don't say it. There you go. How about that?
I got I'm trying to get, I have this great video of Anne Hathaway singing a Tupac song, and I want to play it so bad, but I want to have Dawn on. Fall. And so I need to have Dawn on before I play, because when you do things like that, you need some breathing room.
Yeah.
And so because some people will get crazy, bent out of shape.
Does she drop
Oh
the
yeah,
bomb?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smooth.
I'm surprised she hasn't been canceled.
Oh, it's so smooth. No, you can't cancel her for it. So it's such a tribute to Tupac. It's so beautiful the way it's so beautiful. But yeah, so I gotta you gotta time those things out. I gotta get all that stuff out of the way now, and then like a couple months before the game, just start acting like an angel again. Oh no, I'm good. Oh yeah, LSKD, rainbow motherfucker. You know,
oh, that's my favorite flag.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I don't think that guy killed. I don't think that guy killed Tupac. Do you think that guy killed Tupac?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it was a little weird to me. Like that, just randomly, this guy popped up that supposedly killed Tupac, and he wasn't really like on necessarily suspected of it, right?
I don't know much about it, but I don't want to believe it.
Well, they said that police knew that he was there and that he told them he was there. So I'm like, I don't know. That one's weird. I wasn't alive when that happened, so I love Tupac, but that one's not like as culturally significant of a moment for me.
I don't let my kids say that word when they sing songs.
The N-word?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not.
But I do. But like when they're 18, they can make the decision too. I just don't want it to be part of their vernacular. You know what I mean? I don't want it to get them in trouble. Like they know that if they said it, it would be they'd be toast. I would fuck them up. But I sing that shit. I'm not alone in my car and being like, I ain't saying that. I'm singing like a motherfucker, screaming. Baby got back. LA face with an Oakland booty. Logan is a good dude. Facundo.
Hey.
Is it true that Victoria Campos is gay? Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I didn't think that was a secret.
Well, I don't think it's a secret. I'm in denial. The same way like I'm in denial that dude killed Tupac.
Yeah.
She's so hot and I wanted to set her up with Pool Boy, one of the listeners. And he's like, dude, fucking it's fat chance in hell. I think he was more bummed than me.
So funny story about Facundo. One of the first times I ever met him, I knew he was gay. And so
I asked him about his wife on this podcast. He's like, I ain't got one of those. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. But he like asked me if he's like trying on a shirt and he's like, Logan, is this too gay? And I was like, it's like, how do you answer that? I was like, cause it was flowers. So kind of like, yeah, it is a little bit. I was like, but then he tried it on. Like,
you should have pulled your waistband out and looked at your penis. And if you were even chubbing a little, you'd be like, yes.
But then he put it on. I was like, all right, he actually pulls it off. I was like, no, man, it's fine. Like, it's a great shirt.
Dude, he's got a little bit of James Bond in him. He's like really debonair. He's got like, you can't tell whether he's the dude, the butler or the dude who owns the mansion. You can't tell if he's Batman or the guy like who helps Batman. That dude's smooth.
Facundo's the man.
Yeah, he could go. He probably goes both ways. I don't believe
Facundo's the man.
Yeah, he goes all the ways.
He's such a fun dude to have around. I wish he lived here.
I heard him and Victoria Campos are dating.
He was on your pod and he was saying like Lazar and Roman, he's like glad he isn't here. I think that we were all expecting it to be like more tense than it was. It's been super chill. Like both of those dudes are it was kind of funny the first like bit that Lazar was here that came over to Roman. He was like, he and I were talking. So like we were
Why would it be tense? Why would it be tense? Did they have some beef or?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No beef.
Did they have a bike crash or something? Or why would it be tense? Was there any history?
There's no history. I think from what I understand, they both have always liked each other.
Just four dudes that talk funny that might like.
Just like kind of like a friendly rivalry type of thing, I guess.
Okay.
But like they both respect each other a lot, and they both like this week's been awesome. But like the first bit, Lazar was there. He and I were like, we'd been there for a little bit. It was in the morning, so he and I were talking, and like our vibes were a little high. Roman gets there, and he just like, you could tell he was like still waking up. And so he like comes over and he's like, oh, he's on this level with me, and he starts talking to Roman. He's like, Roman, and he's just like, hi. I was like, give it like 10 minutes. He needs to warm up. He needs to refresh some of his English, and then we'll be good. And then it's been super fun since then. Like anytime somebody comes here to train, like Roman's talking shit to them the whole time. So it's been no different with that. I mean, yesterday we went up to Rich's and we were doing like an 8Ks. It was supposed to be a zone 2 run, right? Those two got out, and I tried to stay true to zone 2, but even I was like, okay, I can't let them get that far in front of me. And then we finished and they were like, that was not zone 2. Like, yeah, that was like zone 5.
So in all honesty, all kidding aside, is that bad for training?
No, not if it were year round like that, maybe.
Okay.
But in prep for Rogue, it's great. And I think that was a calculated decision by Lazar to come out here when he did, because then it's like you can push and be in a more competition mindset than like if you were to be here in, March. I don't think it would be great. But I also think like Lazar is very smart with his training, and I think he would be able to step away and be like, okay, we're not competing right now. We need to just be training. Like even yesterday, he was a little tired. So he's like, hey, like, let's do this workout, not head to head, to work on the things we need to work on rather than just trying to go. So I think it'd be good. But Roman he just likes to go.
Where were you at the games last year? Were you at the venue?
Yeah, so I was in the back for most of it.
You were you had a coach's pass?
Yeah, so like I went to bring something for Rosa.
Did we meet?
Oh yeah, I told you. Remember I said you and Facundo had to do the final event against each other. That was going to be the true final.
I don't fucking remember. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So I walked in to bring something for Rosa, and then the guy was like, hold on. He's like, are you here for Roman? I was like, yeah. And he goes, actually, go back to that table. There's another band. You can just take that. So I took it, and like I have it on, and I'm like, somebody else must have given Facundo their band then, because we're both back here like this. I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna question it. I got a band. He's got a band. Let's just do this thing.
Yeah.
But then we went to watch the Helena workout, and one of the guys came over and he was like freaking out at both of us. He's like, I'm cutting your guys' bands because you're trying to cheat it. And I was like, bro, we were both given a band.
They made the mistake. You kept your mouth shut, and then you got accused of cheating.
Yeah. So then I just told the guy, I was like, just cut my band. Like, this isn't a big deal. Just cut my band. It's like, I don't understand why this is such a big issue, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not like I was coaching him. I was just there to help out with bringing stuff around. Yeah. I offered to be his translator. I said I was going to say what I wanted to say, not what he actually said.
Oh.
I was just going to start talking shit to everybody on the floor.
How is Roman's ankle?
It's good. He ran 8K yesterday and ran it fast. So he has been jumping, hasn't been doing like high volume jumping, but has been jumping. So he should be good to go. Like I was telling somebody, asked me yesterday at the gym, they're like, do you think he'll be able to be like fit enough for Rogue? I was like, the dude, even if he was at like 50% capacity in training, with how willing to suffer he is and how perfectly he competes, he could still win. Like he doesn't need to be in his best shape to be able to win, because he's got that dog in him, you know. He doesn't feel pain when he's on the floor. He needs to be careful. He did almost break it again the other day. He stepped on a roller and it like started like on a foam roller and it started to roll over, and I look at him like, dude, and he goes, oh, like, bro, you gotta be careful.
I heard once you do damage your ankles, that you are significantly more susceptible to happening again, and it's kind of like something that builds off of each other. Like you do not want to keep twisting your ankle.
Yeah, I could see that. His is more his foot. Like I know when Haley had her ankle injury in 2020, like she'll still roll her ankle over pretty good now. So I mean, it's just such a stability issue at that point.
Hey, with Luke Parker making it to the games, was that pretty cool? Does that motivate you? You're like, oh shit, Luke fucking did it. Showed up here, put in the grind, and made it to the CrossFit games.
Yeah, for sure. Before Roman came, Luke and I early off season last year, he and I were getting after it together. Like it was just him and I back there most days. We went and did crash together. So I mean, he's also been a really big part of my journey here. So yeah, I was fired up for him. Like I knew he had the capabilities to make it. He's got really honestly probably just like one weakness, and he's hammering that weakness. So it's like, it's been cool to see. And then like I was there.
And what is that weakness? What is the weakness? Swimming, running?
No, like handstand push-up stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But last year I was their alternate, so I got to train with them a little bit. I had a good relationship with Sasha before she left. So, I mean, it's just like, it's been super cool. Like the different people you get to meet and train with, but then it's like, once Roman came to town, it's like, okay, like this is business. He and we're going to get after this together. And I never knew it, but he said he'd never had like an actual training partner before. And I told him, no wonder why. It's because you beat the hell out of me every day.
Roman.
Yeah.
What about someone like Samuel Cornway, who, and I'm projecting, who I expect to do better and doesn't do as well? Like I see him as a top 5 guy. Does that demotivate you? You're like, fuck, dude, this guy's so fucking good. How come he can't break the top 5? Does it ever have the opposite of the Luke Parker effect? Like you look at Luke and you're like, fuck, he did it. I want in on that. Whereas Samuel, you're like, fuck, how could someone this good not be having more success?
No, because I mean, you look at guys at semifinals that aren't even close to making it, and you see how good they are, and it's like, how are they this good with no success? Like if you get stuck in that, everything could be like demotivating if you look at it like that. I don't really know, like,
or even Tyler. Look at Tyler Christoffel.
Yeah,
another one.
Like
it's like, oh fuck, really? he's so fucking good, and he didn't get to go to the games.
Yeah. I mean, like with someone like Sam, like I can't really speak too much to him because I don't know how he trains when he's not here. Like,
Right.
I don't know, like style wise, how his training style is, like what he's working on, what he's not working on. So it's like, I'm sure it's not that, especially now that we have like a bunch of coaches here and like just amazing resources, but it's like, who knows, maybe it could be that. Maybe his training is more geared to be good at semifinals, maybe this, maybe that. But from what he said, it's more of like a mental thing. And if that's the case, like, yeah, I understand. Like there is definitely a mental component to the sport, to being able to put your fitness truly on the best display possible. Like for me this year at semis, like it used to be more like I would just go out and then crash and burn and be pissed off at myself and like get down. And I fixed that, but mentally I didn't fix everything, because now it's like I went out this year and I was like, as long as I just stay like middle of the pack, like I can have a fighting chance. So I was like, my mindset was more trying not to lose rather than trying to win. And so it's like, if someone like Sam, who's got all these physical gifts, maybe if his mindset is that way too, like that could be holding him back. But I don't know. Like I said, he's a great athlete. So I'm sure he's going to do well. And I mean, he does do well. Like if you're at the games, you're top 40 athlete in the world. Like you can't be too mad about that. Like you're still doing incredible things. Like even in North America for the men, if you make a semifinal, you're doing something right. So, I mean, for me, that's how it is for me. Like I was just trying not to lose rather than trying to win. And that cost me big time. So maybe he has a little bit of that. And if he figured that out, then yeah, he could be dangerous. But I don't know if that's what it is, maybe he was hurt. I don't know.
Do you have a day job?
Kind of, yes. Like I have an online store with my buddy.
Oh, that's cool. What is it? What do you sell?
So he started it.
Let me guess. Paraphernalia, marijuana paraphernalia, like chillums and pipes.
No.
Yeah,
so
you don't think that, but just
not.
You had your face.
It's not anything you would guess. He was
underwear
really,
for gay dudes. Underwear like these pumps. I wear pumps.
No, we got the tuck it underwear like at Target. No, it's actually just, it's like Star Wars stuff. There's a big market for it. I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
Shit, you are a dork.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but he is. All right, I guess I am now. No, I'm not, but it works and it makes money.
Dude, so you belong on the Lone Ranger podcast. You don't belong on this podcast. I want to show you these kind of pumps. No one knows this. This is breaking news right here. Hold on. These are the this is, I can't even believe I'm sharing this. Don't tell anyone this.
Except for everybody watching.
Yeah. Oh God, their homepage is brutal. Oh my God. David, you're gonna love this. This is oh God, I can't even show it. Anyway, if anyone wants to know what kind of underwear I wear pump. I can't. Oh my God. This website is
you don't wear those Target ones?
No, this is okay. I'm gonna show you. This is the gayest website ever. This is gonna definitely confirm it for people that I'm gay. This is the underwear. I wear this pump brand.
My God.
Yeah. I wear the pump brand. I don't have any of these ones up here with the assless. I don't have any of those. I don't like my ass flossed.
It's like anal floss.
Yeah, I don't wear those. I wear like these red, like those red ones that guy has on, or I wear the briefs. Let's see the briefs. I have a lot of the briefs. These aren't briefs. No, not briefs. What are the other kind called? Underwear, briefs, and boxers. I wear the boxers. Yes,
bro. Those look more like briefs than.
I have probably like 30 pairs of these.
Okay, I'm judging you. I'm judging you a lot less now.
Thank you.
These. If it was those last ones, man, those are like a coxedo.
Yeah, thank you. Coxedo. Did you just make that word up? Is that like a tuxedo for your cock?
Yeah, we had a back in my high school. There's a G-string type thing that was a tuxedo that used to get passed around.
Wow,
coxedo.
I'm afraid to read the comments now. I'm gonna switch subjects. I'm so afraid to read.
Yeah, let's talk about manly stuff now. Like,
I want to hold on. I want to talk about your Star Wars thing in a second. But Patrick Clark did bring up a good comment. I can't find it right now. But Well, how are Dom and Emma doing? Do you see Dom and Emma, the coach from the Brute athletes?
Yeah. So they just like officially moved here the other day. So yesterday or maybe Friday was the first day that I saw them in there. But that's the whole squad was there. They're super cool, super cool. And
Do you want,
they
so if
have,
you see someone like that, do you beeline over to them and shake Don's hand, shake Emma's hand, and say welcome, like give them like a little, throw a little love on them before you go do your shit? You don't like posture on them and like not talk to them or anything?
oh,
Or do you?
absolutely not.
Oh,
Absolutely not. Everybody that, I mean, I'd say we're up to like maybe like 30 athletes that have come from out of town, whether it's for a week, a month, like whatever it is, that have come to town. And in the time that I've been here, and I'd say pretty much all of them I've formed a pretty good relationship with. Like even when Ariel was in town, like I talked with her for a while, and now like super cool with her and her husband. Like they're two of my favorite people in the sport.
Dylan's
Brittany and
dangerous.
Jorge,
Don't. Dylan's dangerous. Don't hang out with him. You can pick up like a drinking habit or something.
they were at the after party. They were a joy at the after party too.
Yeah,
That was fun.
he parties. I like him.
Yeah, they're such cool people. Yeah, so I mean, just anytime somebody new comes in, it's like I moved here to be surrounded by the best, and I wanted to test myself against the best and see what I could get. So it's like, why would I not want a relationship with these people? Why would I not want to pick their brain, even if it's something as simple as like what type of pillow they use that helps them perform their best? Like any little piece of advice or like thing that I can pick up on from these people, like why would I not? And seeing the way that they work, like that whole group, there's 4 of them, like they work so very like so differently than how we work around here. That it's just cool. It's like you see like this different side of things. Like different camps have different styles. Like some camps have like they do a lot of their metcons together, and they have different coaches for their like skill work and stuff. Some of them do everything separate. Some of them do a hybrid. And then like we're becoming, like it seems like we're shifting quite a bit this year because we've got all these new coaches. So all of our athletes now have a one-on-one coach. Like it's just cool seeing how you learn from other people in the space. Like it's
So that
like
is a switch. That is a switch at Mayhem, like this Jake Foster dude.
Foster, yes. Mike, I don't remember Mike's last name, but he's working with Luke. I don't remember who all he's got. But
Why
he's got
the
quite a
shift?
few.
Why the shift? I remember a couple years ago when Haley was getting, just when before she fell off her bike, and now I know she's back on it, but right before she fell off, she was going to get like some individual coaching, right?
Yeah. So
Why the shift all of a sudden?
I mean, I can't really like 100% say that this is like what they like, what Jake, Rich, and everybody was thinking, but it seems like ever since Rich kind of stepped away from competing, it seems like there was like this big void because he was doing all the programming for most of the people that were here, because they all just worked out as one big group. So when he stepped away, it kind of left like a void for some people, it seemed like, and then like Jake Foster kind of fell upon us. Like it was like, oh hey, like this guy's available, we should work with him. And his style is very, very one-on-one in terms of programming and everything. And it just seemed like that was working. And so it's like, well, we should start incorporating this everywhere. And yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's working. Like I truthfully, I think that's what it was more, is that there's just like kind of a void when Rich stepped away. Cause it's like, I mean, he's such a great programmer. And when we had that
What's
group
that
going,
mean?
so
He
fun.
stepped away. He's just not in the gym as much.
He's still in the gym quite a bit, not as much right now because it's hunting season, but like he's not
hunting and biking and some other things. Like, I mean,
yeah. So he's not, he works out, like he'll do stuff that isn't necessarily CrossFit-y. Like he'll get on the Stairmaster and that'll be his session, something like that. But mostly like in the lead up to his mountain bike racing, he was definitely not in the gym as much because he was riding for hours upon hours a day. So it seemed like,
Stairmaster does he have?
I don't know.
Okay. Will you send me a picture of it today?
Yeah, we have 3 of them at the gym.
I want to see the one that Rich rides. I'm gonna buy it today. Fuck it, I'm doing it. If it's $5,000 or less, I'm buying it today. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting it.
I have no idea how much those are.
How often do you use the Stairmaster?
I just use it to warm up.
But he does full sessions on it. You'll see him like get on it and could go to war with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. especially like for elk hunting. Yeah.
You ever see him holding the handles, sides?
No.
He free balls it, free stands it.
Yeah. Anytime I get on the Stairmaster, Roman gives me shit and he says it's a woman's machine. So I don't feel like dealing with it.
Right. Fine. No, I don't want to be more. Well, I do want to be more like Rich, but I just like that machine because it's something I could do and possibly like prepare for podcasts simultaneously.
Yeah, it's a good machine. It's a great leg burn. Like you throw a vest on. Ooh.
And my kids can rock the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty safe. Like if you fall, there's not a lot of repercussions. Like if you fall on a treadmill that has a motor, the thing will throw you.
Yeah. Okay, so Rich is still in there, but you were, before I so rudely interrupted, you're saying before he was doing stuff that would lead people to successful CrossFit competitions, and now he's sort of swayed to stuff that would make him better for biking and hunting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's last year he was training to win the CrossFit Games again, so his training was dialed for that reason, and now it's different. Like he's training to go sub 9 hours in Leadville and go kill elk. So I mean, it's still hard training. The dude just still goes hard every day, but it's just very different. Like it's not what he would be doing to win the CrossFit Games.
Is it a great environment to train in, Mayhem?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean everybody's like super cool with each other. Everybody's once you're in. When you're new there, it's not going to be like this great big like let's make sure that they feel special for being here. Like you gotta earn your stripes there a little bit. Like nobody's like mean to you or anything like that, but they're not gonna like make sure that you feel super comfortable. Like, oh, if there's any questions you have, like we're here to train, and if you train hard and you're nice, then you're gonna fit in. But if you're a diva or anything like that, you won't, which luckily that hasn't, at least since I've been here, that hasn't been an issue with anybody.
How about Car Saunders? Was she a diva?
No, Car was so cool.
Yeah.
Scotty was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty's cool. That's a cool little girl. That was a fun summer too, because like Lazar was here for that. Baden Brown, Uldis. Uldis is one of my favorite athletes. He's so funny. He and I send each other Beetlejuice memes every day.
My friends and I send each other Wood videos. Do you know who Wood is? It was the dude with the giant penis, the black guy who was leaning on the bed.
Yeah.
We send those every day. We're still doing that. Yeah, from the pandemic.
Keep that alive. That was one of my favorite things in the pandemic.
Yeah, I just got another one a couple days ago. Great.
Glad to know those are still around.
Yeah. How the plan is to go to the games. How do you think it's a realistic goal this year?
I think so. Roman and I were talking about it the other day. He told me, he's like, you just got to get your mind around it. Basically, like I'm interpreting what he said. But he was saying that I work hard enough and I'm there with him every day. So I just need to piece it all together. Like what killed me is the lead up to semifinals. Like I was doing really well in training, and like there were even some that I was getting him on, and it's like, oh man, that was such a boost of confidence, and then it just didn't translate onto the floor. And so that was kind of frustrating. But then my first workout back from semifinals, I absolutely just destroyed it. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I don't want to be known as like, you hear like these UFC fighters talk about these guys in the gym that are just so good in the gym and then they lose their fight. And it's like, I don't want to be known as that guy.
You want to be the opposite. You want to be the guy who gets beat in the gym in competition. It's like, I remember there were like 3 dudes in Graham Holmberg's gym who swear they could beat him every time. But for some reason they couldn't beat him on competition day. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and then the other thing too, is it's like, I always have to remind myself, it's like, there's a reason why like he's okay with training with me, like that he being Roman. It's because I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to show up on time. I'm good enough at the sport that I'm not going to hold him back, and I'm not going to just be another body. So it's like, I got to just carry that into competition and know that when the competition starts that I'm fit enough that I need to trust it. Cause like the few times at semifinals that like I was trusting my fitness, I was doing really well. And it's like, just do that every time and good things will happen. So
What does that mean? Trust your fitness. You're holding a pace on the air runner and you start to get tired. And so you slow down, but instead of slowing down, you're like, it's okay, buddy. You can do this.
yeah,
Trust yourself. You'll get through.
that's yes, that, but then also it's like maybe you over strategize and you're like, I need to break this, say it's 20 reps, you're like, I need to break this into 3 sets, but it's like in all reality, you really only need to break it in 2. Just stuff like that, little things like that, where it's like you're too conservative and too cautious. And that's how I would define my entire season this year, is I was just too cautious. It's like, this was the first season that people were like talking about me, saying like that I could do these things and see where I end up. And it's like, in my mind, instead of being like, go for it, like last year when I barely made semis, it was like, just go for it. Like, I don't really have anything to lose. And I felt like I did fine. And then this year it's like people are talking about me. So it's like, I don't want to make an ass of myself. I don't want to go out too hot and blow up on this workout. But it's like, in all reality, it's like, you just got to go. Like, you can't be concerned with, like I said, like my mindset was don't lose rather than go out and win. So it's like, you got to be willing to push for it and go out on your sword, like die trying.
I wonder what John Young thinks. I wonder if he thinks you can make it to the games.
I hope he does, but he also said that Alex Kazan wasn't a top 10 athlete. So I don't know how much I value his opinion.
Yeah, that's.
No, I like John. John's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I bet you he's at church. He doesn't know this phone. He doesn't know this phone number either, so he probably doesn't even know to answer this. Let's see. This is from the show phone number. Yeah, senior analyst. Thank you, Patrick Clark, for the CrossFit Games. What a douche. Answer your phone, douche. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
No, it's just you and I here. Nobody else.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Did you ever see the show where did you ever see this? Did you ever see the show where I've called Rich probably a dozen times in the last 2 years? He's never answered. Did you ever see the show where you ever called Rich and he answered?
I don't know if I've ever called Rich.
Yeah, it takes balls.
Dude,
I'll walk around. I'll pace for
answer.
Yeah, if I text him, he answers too. But if I'm gonna call him, like I pace back and forth in the driveway for 15 minutes. I have it all queued up, and I'm like, just do it. Just go fucking set and just call. Like just call.
Actually, one time I was about to, because one of the cows got out, and it was just Roman and I up at the barn.
Oh yeah.
And then I figured out, I was like, I'll just put the cow back in. So we just put the cow back in.
No shit.
There's like a gap. So
I'd call him and tell him I put it back in either, too. Just like to get some points. Fuck you. Answer your phone, bitch. I ain't calling you for small talk. Don't big dick me, Rich. I put one of your cows back. I'd be so proud if I did that.
Highland cows. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be so proud if I could help Rich like that. Hey, I put one of your cows away. Hey, one of your kids was drowning. I saved one of your kids. Fuck. Mayhem member. 50% off Mayhem membership.
Life. Back when I was training with Rich at his cousin's place in Michigan.
Yeah. He answered the phone?
No.
Oh.
His cousins loaded it wrong. We were snatching. One of them put a 15 on, and one of them put, I don't remember what it was, but one side was way heavier than the other. And I was up, and I went and I pulled it, and I just started tipping over, right? And I dump it, and the bar turns over, and Trice is standing right there. I'm like, oh no, like I'm going to kill Trice. And then it missed him, and I was like, oh, thank God. And then he was like, who loaded that wrong? And I was like, oh, thank God. I thought he was going to yell at me. I thought I was going to just get ripped. I was like, oh. I could have just killed that kid.
I like the videos where you see him getting angry, like when he has to step on Luke's dick. I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it fires you up. Like a lot of people in our sport, it's like just so one emotion, and it's kind of just like this mellow thing. you don't see a lot of the highs and the lows. And so when you see it, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. Hey, we've featured Uldis's hog on the show about a week ago. He's in a pair. So does Uldis know we featured it?
I don't know, but I'll text him.
Okay, yeah. It's a great.
Oh,
it's
that was on
very,
the one with Facundo, right?
yeah, probably. Yeah. Facundo just played it cool. Because, hey, that was one of those things I spotted like about a month before the games, but I was going to do the behind the scenes, and I didn't want anyone to be like,
oh
someone
my
pointed out
God.
athletes' hogs.
So
But it's a crazy hog.
that reminds me, I told my fiance and my dad I was gonna tell this story at some point, but I did a USAW youth nationals meet, right?
Uh-huh.
And I showed up and I was underweight, and they didn't tell us that you had to be over the weight class below you. So I weigh in and I'm like 3 kilos too light, and I only had like 20 minutes. So you're not gonna go put that weight on, right? So my dad and I, without even saying anything,
Wait,
like
before
we
you
just
go
like,
any further, why didn't you go to a lighter class?
because it was too late to declare it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was weigh-ins, so this is an hour before I lift. So
Okay.
I like we didn't say anything. We just looked at each other. I was like 16 maybe, and we just like look at each other and we're like, all right, we got to figure this out. And so we went and found a dumbbell, put it between my legs, and kind of made it look like it was my Johnson. And I weighed in and I made weight. And I medaled. I got third at nationals that year.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, how many people have done that? No one does that.
No one does that.
No one does that. Wow. Are you in a singlet when you weigh in?
Yeah, so that was the first meet that they ever required.
What is it? Like half of it's like touching your anus, and the other half it's like cupping your chode. It's like a dumbbell just like rested on your.
Yeah, we just basically just made it look like I was hung. Like,
wow.
I was like, those guys at that weigh-in probably still tell stories about me, the 16-year-old with the hog.
Wow. Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna start figuring out a way to incorporate that into my daily life. Like, when we go for a swim or something, just put a dumbbell in between my pants.
What is your dad like? What's your dad like? He's
like me.
Yeah.
He's very not serious, but then like when it comes time to be serious, he can be.
Was he affectionate father?
Yeah.
Held you a lot, carried you a lot? Did you ride on his shoulders, shit like that?
Yeah.
Who's more affectionate, your mom or your dad?
My mom.
Mom. She crazy affectionate?
I don't know if like crazy affectionate, but yeah, definitely affectionate.
She got like weird, like, do you have aunts and uncles? Like my family was crazy affectionate. Like my uncles would squeeze me to a point where it's like, holy shit, dude, I need some fucking breathing room.
Yeah, I have really small families. So we have like in total at my brother just had his wedding and our family count was like 20 people. So
wow.
Which is the polar opposite of what my fiance's family is. So at our wedding, it's gonna be like 20 mine and then like 180 family members.
Well, for Mexicans, it's a competition who can have the most kids.
Yeah. Oh my! I mean, she's like the first one in her family that wasn't done having kids at 21. So we at least broke that trend. But I already know she's like she's ready to have them.
You mean start having kids at 21?
No, be done.
Oh, she has people in her family who are done at 21. They already got 3 kids.
Like all of them. Her grandma's like 55.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her great grandma's like 70.
And your girl's already Leslie's already ready to start having kids?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. You're gonna like
it. I like kids, so it's like I'm not
you're gonna
not
love
yet.
It,
like we gotta get through the wedding first, but yeah. You never know after that.
You're gonna love what happens to your mom and dad too. Would they ever move out to Cookville?
No. Oh. My life, like after CrossFit, my life will be back in Colorado. I know that like for a fact. This is temporary, but this is gonna be like I look at this as like a fun chapter in my life. Like whether it lasts 5 years, 10 years, whatever, like this is a temporary chapter, but so I'm just like trying to make the most of it while I'm here.
Bernie Gannon, Sevy's pump shorts probably support dumbbell accoutrements. Dude, These underwear are like made out of like steel. Like I've had pairs of these underwear for 10 years now. They're crazy. You can't sleep in them. Your dick will fucking hate you. You got to wear like silk boxers when you sleep. Yeah. BIRTHFIT plug. Sure. Why not? Yeah. Home birth. Do a home birth. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, the BIRTHFIT plug would be nice with that dumbbell. It trains your package to deal with that.
BIRTHFIT.
What else do we need to plug? Toe spacers.
Oh, I got a new toe spacers accoutrement. Nah, this is an appropriate place to plug it. There was something else I wanted to ask you about your family. Oh, how did your dad raise you? Did you play a lot of sports? Was it tough? Did he push you?
Yeah, we were always in sports.
Or your mom too? I didn't mean to rule your mom out. How'd your mom and dad raise you?
Yeah, from the time we could sign up for sports, we were always in something. And then like in high school, their rule was like, if you wanted to quit a sport, you had to be doing something. So like if I wanted to quit basketball, that's in the winter. So like it'd be wrestling or you got to go work or something like that. Like you always had to be doing something. Like you weren't coming home from school and just sitting on your ass watching TV. Like you're always expected to be doing something, which for me, like the people I grew up around, like that was normal. And then like I see, especially now, like that's not normal. Like even some like the great athletes, like these really good high school athletes, like they do one sport and when it's not that sports time, they just sit on their ass the rest of the year. And it's like, that's crazy to me. Like that does not teach you a work ethic. And you see a lot of these people go to like a nice Division I college because they were super good in high school, but they never learned how to work hard. So now that they're up against guys that are just as talented as them, they never do anything.
That's what I did. I just came home. I just watched TV. I wasn't forced to do anything. I literally just came home from school and watched TV until I went to bed. That for 10 years and ate Ritz crackers.
Yeah, it's like it was like forced, but not, because it was what we wanted to do. Like my brother and I both wanted to be doing sports anyways, and we wanted to be active and doing fun stuff rather than just go home and do that. Because
did your parents go to your sporting events? Did they watch them?
Oh, every game that they could. Like it got really hectic in the summer because my brother and I, like sometimes one of us would be in, my mom would go with us because we'd be in Arizona for a week for baseball. And then weekends were a mess because I'd have a tournament in Denver an hour away. He'd have a tournament in Wyoming an hour the other way. So it's like, it was hectic, but there was always at least one parent at all of our sporting events.
That's good shit. Tell me about the Star Wars thing again. You sell Star Wars action figures, Legos? What do you sell?
Yeah, it's just like little Lego figures. My buddy found
Is there a website?
Niche. Oh yeah.
What's the website?
Oh, I gotta look it up. Here.
You don't know your business's website? What do? Well, you mail them out, or what do you do? Beat people up who don't pay, or?
Yeah, all of the above. Is that?
Oh, we need you to collect. Someone bought 3 Luke Skywalker Lego figures and didn't pay. Logan, here's his address.
It's BACTA.store. So BACTAA, or just one A. Sorry, we changed it.
BACTTA.
Just one T. A.
Okay, BACTA. Sounds like something.
.store. Yeah, so my buddy got like real into drop shipping, and then it's ended up making him a lot of money, so he got me involved. And you'd be surprised.
What's it called? Back to Tank Star Wars.
No. Did you look? Are you?
Tell me the website again. Back to what?
.store.
Oh, .store. Is back to like a kind of Star Wars figure? Because when I type in back to, tons of Star Wars stuff pops up. Is that
yeah? So this is it is. But this is where I tell you, like, I'm not a Star Wars guy because I only watched the movies. This is from one of the shows. I don't watch the shows. Like, I think after Disney took it over, it wasn't very fun, anyways. And it was more of like a childhood thing for me. So it's like a nostalgic thing if I were to watch the movies. Oh yeah, look at that! Ain't she pretty?
Wow.
You would not believe how many Star Wars nerds there are out there. I love it.
So wait a second. So someone can get this Anakin Skywalker Lego for $1.99?
Yes, sir.
My kids would love that shit. I hate to say it.
Yeah, and I wasn't very educated on this at first. Like we had some figures that were like $5. I was like, bro, that's expensive. And he's like, yeah, but if you were to like go on these other sites, they're like $5,000 because it's rare. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Oh, these aren't even Legos.
Yeah, I mean, we don't pretend they are, so I don't feel
Right,
bad
right,
about
right. Is this illegal?
that. It's a gray area.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna buy my kids all this shit and tell them it's the Lego ones. I have no problem doing that. Wow,
Yeah,
this
you gotta find a way to make money. You know, like that's my thing. Is like you see athletes that are not quite games level athletes yet that are willing to do like just weird shit to get followers and deals. And it's like for me, I don't really care as much about Instagram like that. Like if it were up to me, I wouldn't do any Instagram like for that reason. Like for me, I just want it to be like actually stuff I care about. And so it sucks that that's how we make money as athletes, but it's like I'd rather just make money somewhere else, keep my Instagram the way I want it, and then train. Like I talked with Jared Graybeal, and he was like the main thing that athletes need to focus on, like in terms of money, is their fitness level. He's like, if your fitness isn't there, eventually, he's like, unless you're like a super hot chick that has like 200,000 followers just because she's hot, he's like, the money's gonna go. He's like, if your fitness gets high enough, like you'll have a much better chance. And he didn't say it in those exact words, like the hot chick stuff, but I paraphrased.
I have trouble taking anyone seriously who in the same breath, they're like, hey, this is how you get more followers. And then they have some sort of cause that they're about. So, and there's people in the space who like are holier than thou and try like, I'm so authentic, I'm so real. And then all their friends that I have mutual friends with, they're like, yeah, they don't know that I'm judging the fuck out of them. I just smile and be like, oh, okay. But they're like, oh yeah, so-and-so was telling me how to get more followers, or this is how you get more engagement in your account, or this is, and it's all just like, it's not real shit. It's not. Yeah. And it's like, hey, I'm okay with you doing that, but it's the dichotomy of doing like both. Oh, you're just doing that because you're a populist.
100%. Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I don't value anything you say now.
Yeah. And for me, like
you spent all your equity
within the last few months, like I'm starting to work for like other stuff too, like doing sales stuff. Cause it's like, I'd rather make money away from the sport. So then I'm not like doing stupid things just to try to make money within the sport. Because if you're not at that level yet, you're not going to make money unless you do weird stuff. And I'm not willing to do that because I don't care enough. Like, this is fun for me. I love training. Like, that's what I enjoy doing. When I'm at the gym, I'm happy. Like, I like training more than I like competing because it's just a blast. And a lot of people aren't that same way and they burn out pretty quick.
Hey, I wonder, do you know those people? What does drop shipping mean? You said your buddy started in drop shipping. What does that mean? Like you buy stuff?
Just like online stores like this. So if it's like a big order, like a Starship or something like that,
yeah,
it comes. We never hold on to it, so we just like.
So you basically make a website and sell other people's stuff on it.
For that, yeah. For the figures, like I have an entire room full of figures here.
And you actually mail them out?
Yeah.
I fucking love this. Hey, the company that makes them, how hard is it to make those? Could you make a Rich Froning Bacta? Or do you have to sell 1 million for it to make sense? Is there room to make I think a Froning Bacta? I don't know how well it would sell, but probably better than any other.
I'll tell you one thing. I have another store.
I'd buy the shit out of a Bacta Froning.
I have another store that I'm working on.
Not a Phil Bacta. I ain't buying a Phil Bacta. I like Phil. I ain't buying a Phil Bacta. I'm buying Froning.
So I have another store that I'm working on that we're doing bobbleheads of Donald Trump. So maybe that.
Oh my God, bro. What store is that?
Well, we don't have it. We don't have a site yet. So.
Oh my God.
I think it's gonna be called Go Woke, Go Broke, something like that. Just depending on what domain we can get. But yeah,
I'm getting that URL right
well,
now. Go.
We'll have Andrew Tate. We'll have Andrew Tate bobbleheads too. Just anything that's not PC will be on there.
What if there was an athlete in the CrossFit space who had this huge ass, and instead of their head bobbling, their butt bobbling?
That would actually be kind of funny. Start doing that for like Instagram models, like sell it to them to sell on their own pages.
I was at that same wedding I was at where I saw Nicole Carroll tear her shirt. It was like a destination wedding. I mean, it was just close to my house, but it was like you spent the night there, like a couple nights there at the wedding.
Okay.
And there, volleyball game going on, and my wife was sitting on my lap, and like she stood up for a second and walked somewhere, and then when she came back, I was like, "Damn, girl, your butt's getting big." And like 10 minutes passed, and it was a flow master at the time was sitting next to me, a CrossFit trainer, and she fucking like 10 minutes. Like I could tell she was stirring. Like I could tell something was wrong. Like 10 minutes went by for a second, and she starts yelling at me, telling me it was inappropriate I say that to a woman. And finally, when she was all done, my wife's like, I've been trying to grow my butt. I've been like squatting and doing lunges. It was fucking, I was awesome. It's like,
that person wouldn't,
like,
that
what do you
person
mean?
Wouldn't get along with us.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
There was one time Leslie was doing like some shoulder to overhead or something, and she was in like these super short Noble shorts, and they were kind of hiking up. And she's like, "How did those look?" I was like, "I didn't watch one of those reps. I'm sorry, I was looking at something else."
Yeah. Same thing. I went into an REI once, and I told her I used to love going before I had kids. I used to love going clothes shopping with Haley, my wife. I would just go like to anywhere, Lululemon, REI, Nordstrom's, whatever. And I just like sitting in the waiting room, and then I would get shitloads of clothes and then just have her come out and try them on and just buy shit for her. I just loved that. And she would, and this one time we were at REI, and she came out. I'm like, "Oh, your butt looks tiny in those." And the lady's like, "Yeah, it looks great." And me and her both looked at the lady like,
"What do you mean it looks great? That looks terrible."
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, mine's an online shopping addict, so I don't get that benefit of seeing all the trying on and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's cool. And my wife does not like going shopping at all. She hates it. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. So that's another thing. Recently, she told me, she's like, "Hey, I need a new bathing suit." I'm kind of excited because I'd love that. It's cool. It's fun. Just stand out there. It's like the love of your life, just putting on clothes for you to watch. It's cool.
We're such simple creatures, men.
Yes.
It doesn't take a lot to make us happy.
I do think this is a great a dump truck hotties.
Oh.
For a calendar, dump truck hotties.
There you go.
Or there were Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, there was Cabbage Patch Kids. Maybe there should be dump truck hotties line of like action figures. Wow.
This is where the big bucks are. I mean, think about it. If you're a girl that has a big ass and you post it on social media, you make money that way. So if we make a figure that has a big ass, shouldn't we make money?
But if you tell them they have a big ass, then you're in big trouble.
Then you're terrible. You're a terrible person. You're the worst. Yeah.
I posted a video the other day. I wasn't even paying attention, but I was wearing long johns, and someone put, "Oh, Sevy's got junk in the trunk." And I actually kind of I read it like 4 times. It's like, no one's 51 years old. No one's ever said that to me. I was like kind of tickled by it.
It made you happy, made you giddy.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. So I was just like, someone looked at my butt. Can't give a fuck what they said.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's CrossFit. Everybody has a big butt.
Or you should, or you're not doing it right.
Yeah. You're probably not very good at it if you don't have a big butt.
No, right. Exactly.
Speaking of big butts, I'm going to Brazil soon.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm competing there. Victoria it's the same thing, like the same organization that ran Copa. It's like their fall event. So it's
when is that? When are you going?
I leave in 2 weeks.
So you're not doing Crash?
No, I wish. I really do. I have stuff going on that weekend that weekend anyways. Like, what's today? I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's my fiance's birthday, and then we have engagement pictures. And then it's the week before Brazil anyway. So it's like, that sucks. I love that event. It's so fun.
Why are you doing Brazil then? Just to support Victoria, or it seems like so far to go to compete?
It's the only chance I probably foresee myself ever having to go to Brazil free of cost and compete. Like I competed there in 2020. I loved it. Competing there because like the people are so involved. Like any of the foreign countries love the CrossFit competitions there because they don't get like a big one like Rogue Games, Wadapalooza.
Yeah.
But when we went, it was like landlocked Brazil. Like we were nowhere near a beach, and this one's on the beach. So it was like, why not? Like that'd be.
Are you doing
super
team?
Fun.
Are you doing team?
No, individual.
Will Guy be there?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
I haven't looked at the roster yet. I don't know who will be there. I'm hoping like maybe some of the guys that I competed against in 2020 will be there. Kind of use that as just like a cool thing because I was 18 when I competed against them.
Look, they could change the name of Brazil to Buttzil.
It's crazy. Like you see like the South Americans that move here and like, especially because we're in the South, so it's like pretty conservative, like in terms of like the girls wear like bigger bathing suits and stuff like that. And then like you've got like the Brazilians, the Argentinians walking around with basically nothing on. And it's like totally normal to them. It's like, this is a different world. Very different world.
Ugly chicks in Brazil are hot.
I mean, you go to South America and their asses are all out.
Yeah. And who are the other guys? Kaique Cervini was from, he was from South America. Was he from Brazil?
He's from Brazil, yeah.
And who is the other dude who came from Brazil? I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Souza?
Yeah.
Oh, Kalen Souza. Will they be competing? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if they even have the roster up yet. So to be honest with you.
Oh. Well, that'd be cool to go against those guys.
Yeah, it would be. I think Kaique did Brazil championship when I was there. I think. Don't quote me on that. I know Augustine did, but he won't be there. And he's Argentinian, not Brazilian.
I liked what you said on your Instagram about how like I had been leading you on for like the last year about coming on the show. That was good. That's true. I mean, that's true how you said it. I've been fucking with you for a while. And I've been conscious about it too. I'm like, I'm fuck with Logan a little bit today.
People would say they're like, he keeps saying he's gonna have you on. Have you guys been talking about it? I was like, we'll see. We'll see when it happens.
I've been talking. Hey, you are one of the easiest guests to have on. I'd love to have you on again. You're a cool dude. What a fucking fun conversation for a Sunday. I saw we had someone scheduled. I was like, why? I can't just be by myself on Sundays. But this was great.
I appreciate it. I didn't talk too much about Roman. He told me don't say anything. Don't give any of my secrets out. And I told him that if he's not nice to me, I would start making up fake rumors.
Hey,
so
yeah. Anything. Was there anything you wanted to share that you didn't say?
I mean, no, I'm just super grateful for all the people, or especially around here, that are helping all of us athletes out. And then just especially like all the fans of the sport. Like you saw what it meant to people when Roman got hurt, you know. Like I remember that morning, like before anybody knew, like I kind of went and tucked myself away, and I was super devastated, super sad. And I thought that was going to be it. I thought the emotions were going to be done after that. And then when he took the Coliseum floor and these people that don't even know him could feel the emotion, like one of the documentary cameras was in my face during that event. And like, usually I'd be like reluctant to say I was emotional, but I was super emotional, you know, like I was crying. He gave me like a chest. Yeah. He gave me a chest bump right before they started that interview that went viral. And then as he was talking, like, I see how he is with his wife and his son. And it's like, it's inspirational, honestly. Like he's inspirational as an athlete, but it's like, I want to be that as a husband and then as a father. Like that dude loves his son so much. And so it's like, I knew when he said he wanted to be an inspiration for his son, like he wasn't just saying that, like he meant it. So there's all these different people, like even now, like he's only here for a month, but like Lazar has been such a great person to have around and learn from. So it's like, I think my main message that I've learned and I would like to share with people is just like, be open. Like you can learn so much from other people. and especially people that are from a different culture and everything, and just take it all in and use it to your benefit.
It's awesome. All right, dude. Stay in touch. Thank you so much. I'm
Yes,
stoked
sir.
to have you on. I can't wait for the next time. You're a great dude, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Logan Ewing, CrossFit Mayhem. Thanks, dude. Now, that was a great show. Fuck, that dude's cool. That was just like hanging out with the homie. I'm a little bit jealous of his I'm a little jealous of his business, Lego business. I want in on that shit. I would love to get in on that shit. I want to drop ship. I think I kind of understand what it is. It's like basically having your own online store, right? Oh, I'm calling my wife to find out about the
Hello, you've reached Haley.
Damn.
Leave a message.
vagina safe Lululemons. That dude's cool. That dude could come on for a CrossFit Games update show and hang, right? That dude's chill. You know why he looks like Justin Gaethje? It's his eyelids. His eyelids. He got Justin Gaethje eyelids. Oh, here we go. Hi. Hey. Hey.
Did you call?
Hey, yes. Hi. Thanks for calling back.
Hi.
Didn't you switch athletic pants because like you heard Lululemon were bad for the pH of the vagina or something?
Well, yeah, Paul Dino posted about Lululemon being kind of toxic. I didn't make a full switch. I just tried out a brand to see.
Which brand did you try?
If I like them. True Feet, F-E-A-T.
F-E-A-T?
I think is what it was.
Hey, and are those the ones that I like that they look like they're really thick? And I was like, oh, those look crazy on you.
Yeah.
True, F-E-A-T.
Yeah. And those green ones that.
Oh, I like those too.
I'm pretty sure it's 100% cotton. Or
I don't.
like that.
True Feet Premium Athletic Wear. Oh, okay, I see them. Okay. Oh yeah, okay.
However, Jen Schro is launching her apparel line in November. I wonder if that's going to be.
Does it it have the stuff that's not? There was some. Oh yeah, you have these green ones. Where's the black ones you have? I'm looking for these black ones. Anyway.
I think it was like their basic legging. It has like pockets.
I don't see anything woke on this account too. I'm afraid to keep digging because I'm going to see something woke.
You're going to get turned off.
Yeah, like I'm going to go to their equity page and fucking hate them.
Are you looking for Logan or what?
I was just telling him that.
Just kidding.
I was just talking to him about those.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, you have these white ones, but in black. You have these.
Yeah.
Performance leggings with pockets. It's the ones with pockets, right? You don't even. I don't recommend anyone use the pockets.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Haley doesn't use the pockets. Yeah.
No, I don't need pockets.
Anyway, for anyone who wants
it's a nice fit.
For anyone who wants a pants that won't hurt the kazoo, my wife is giving these a soft endorsement. True Feet, TRUEFEAT Performance. All right, love you. Bye. Thank you.
Yes, I would check them out.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, those are. I'm closing this window before I'm gonna see something I fucking hate. I know it. Triggered. I don't know. Board Primitive sells toxic free pants. Toxic PFAS forever chemicals in my Lululemon active pants. Oh, this Spiegel character is a girl? I thought you were a dude. There's no way you're a girl. If you're a girl, you talk like a dude. Toxic PFAS forever chemicals in my Lululemon. But my wife doesn't use the pockets, and they look kind of cool if there's nothing in them. So, all right. I think I'm done. I'm going over to Caleb's Instagram account to the Shadikin. Okay. Oh, let's go. I do want to see if I'm getting. Let's go over to the Mayhem. CrossFit Mayhem. Let's see how Phil is doing. Let's see. The Heart of Mayhem. Now 32,000 views in one day. Very good. Very good. Even good for Mayhem standards. And he said that the guy was like has made some stuff. Let me tell you something. The filmmaking is not good on this. Stuff like this is why I'm so proud to be a Mayhem athlete. Oh, shit. Okay, that's one good one. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh, shit, another good one. Everyone loves this. Unreal, fantastic video. All I can think of watching this is the body of Christ. I've never once thought of the body of Christ. That's sounds. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that means. That's weird. I love this documentary. Jeez Louise, really? A Sevan stick. Oh, here we go. It may be possible that just because of this documentary, every member in CrossFit Mayhem is super nice and friendly with him because they want to be seen as good people. Now he will not be able to determine who is sincere and who is being nice because of selfish reasons. It may destroy everything. Things that come from the heart. And oh, wow, this Sevan stick is very paranoid. I'll take that as one negative. Okay. Thank you, CrossFit Mayhem. This is beautiful. What an amazing story. I love that Mayhem doesn't forget the little people. That guy's not little. This is amazing. That's the thing is I love it that CrossFit doesn't forget the little people. I just see that, and then I would never read anything else that you said because that guy's not little. There's no one little in it. That's like pure projection. This is beautiful. I laughed, I smiled, I cried. The smile on his face. This is 100%. Thank you, Mayhem. Great story. There's only one douche comment, and it's from a guy with the same name as me. This is amazing. Well, I didn't expect to cry so much. You cried in that? How the fuck did you cry in that? And I cry so easy. Mayhem family, bravo. Excellent video. This is so beautiful. This was inspiring. So good. You all hit the feels on this one. The feels? Really? Anyway, brought me to tears. I cried when I saw the trailer for Free Willy. Phil, thank you for inspiring so many people. Yeah, I get that. I'll sign. Yeah, I'll give that one a thumbs up. It wasn't. I would say I could see how it being inspiring people. He could inspire people. Thank you, Phil, for sharing your story. I had the privilege of coming over from Europe this summer for the games and oh, shut it. I love this. Go Phil and Mayhem. More of this. No, not more of this. Down thumb. No, fine. Up thumb. So amazing. Thank you for sharing. Very inspiring journey, Phil. Awesome work. Love this. This is one of the most moving documentaries I've seen. Should I type in here? Do you think maybe it was just like a little too long, like by 34 minutes? Look at Christian Kettler, our very own Christian Kettler. CrossFit HQ better jump on this. You better, I'm going to write, you should jump on my dick. What that? Oh, it says, if you're not sure whether the comment is appropriate, review our community guidelines. You can't say that. You should jump on my dick. You should jump on my cancel. I don't want to ding. This is the podcast YouTube station. I don't want to get like any like dings on it. Sorry, pussy. I know, whatever. This is my favorite Mayhem video to date. Are you out of your gourd? Something's wrong with me, I think. I'm going to go take 2 Tylenol and watch it again. Dang, this is so good. I love this. This was awesome. Really cool. This was awesome. Halfway through, I realized that I've been smiling the entire time. Romans 13:8. This was awesome. Thank you. Family and faith and fitness. Mayhem is so special. Holy hell, this was a journey. Can you even write that? Holy hell. Sevi, this is how you lost your blue check mark. Oh my goodness. What a legend. Who? Dude, everyone loves this. I cannot wait for everyone to watch this. 9 ups. I'm in. You're in what? Look at this comment. Give me a time machine. Like what for? Like, how does that even work with this video? What are you talking about? Oh man, I hate comments like this. I think this is a chick from our show too. Thank you for choosing to do some truly community-based media. Oh, please. All right. Well, people like this. What am I gonna do? I mean, Phil's cool. It's just not a. Maybe you're overthinking. Oh, maybe I'm thinking. Do not post that. Oh, the ride my dick comment. It's Christian though. He would like it. And he's European. Sevan, did you watch Car's Home Birth? Not yet. I want to. I have it on my. I was going to talk about it on my CrossFit Games update show. Anyway, congratulations to Mayhem for all of the. Oh shit, we're not streaming live on Facebook right now, or Rumble. I wonder what happened. That's weird. Well, congratulations to Mayhem. Oh, hi. Hey.
I was waiting to see if you'd see me over there.
Oh, how long you been there?
5 minutes. I wanted
No
to jump
shit.
on the Mayhem talk.
Oh shit! What do you think? Did you like that video?
I wanted to know what you disliked about it so much.
It didn't move me, and it didn't tell me anything I couldn't learn in 4 minutes. And it's
Okay.
36 minutes long. There was no like. I didn't hear any like. I wanted to hear something from him. I wanted to see. I'm enough of him being. You told me he's a cool guy, or he's the heart of Mayhem, or you cried, or you've learned more from him than he's learned from you, and it's a blessing to have him in your life. And it's like, dude, all I'm hearing is sympathy shit. I was surrounded by fake libtard shit my whole fucking life. Fake kindness. I don't got none of that in me anymore.
So
Fuck
that's what
that.
it is.
Yeah.
You think it's
So
just kind of against the conventional message?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, he's nice. He's got problems. He's got a tick. Be nice to him. No, fuck that. Stop feeling sorry for people.
Show the problem. Show the tick.
Yeah, or show his overcoming, or show why he's cool. Like
I didn't
want to
understand
see
why were all those dudes crying, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Right, or show me. Yeah, what did he teach you that made you cry, and then I'll be for it. Like, yeah, then I'm all for it. I can't.
I thought it was
Sevan's just sour because he thought he was the heart of Mayhem. Es posible. What did you think? Did you like it?
Watching
and I thought it was edited horribly, by the way.
Because
there was stuff in there that just needed just huge chunks that needed to be cut out.
Those like scaffolds and the stuff in his leg. You know how they showed like they had all these parts in his leg and there was an infection. Do you think those were his actual pieces of metal from his leg, or is that stock footage?
I'm not sure, but let me ask you this: how long do you think he served in the military? Do you think that was like boot camp and he injured himself and he just he was in the military for 2 weeks?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, yeah.
Either way, really. But we don't know, right? And that's kind of what you're saying. We don't really know much about him.
Yeah, I just wanted just a little more. It's like the I like you really heard like that piece the video Dale King made with the Portsmouth CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some shit in there. Like you go back to where like that bitch was shooting drugs under the bridge, and like you see her being like, yeah, I used to fucking sleep here. You know what I mean? And it's like I just needed a little bit of that. David Weed, stop being a hater, old fuck. Okay, I understand. That was
I think the way that you should look at it, David, is this is the dude who put out all the best content in the history of CrossFit, and he's potentially giving them direction for the next thing that they might do.
From the man that brought you Sisu. I really liked
Nico Salo?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I think it's fair what David's saying too, though. Like, hey, dude. But really, the truth is that I'm just promoting the shit out of the video. You see how I'm doing it? Just like,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
I wouldn't have
Anyone,
watched
like
it.
if
I wouldn't have watched it because of what you said. I don't know if I
Yeah.
would have clicked on it, but I know I
Yeah.
clicked on it because you were talking about it.
This is how, like, I really want to support Rich Froning, but I really want to be true to myself. So this is how I'm supporting it, because more and more people are not going to go over to it and watch it and weigh in. So I kill two birds with one stone. I get to be authentic, and I get to like love on something that Rich wanted me to love on.
Did you see any of those negative comments you thought that you would bring in there? Because you're like,
No.
Nothing.
The Sevan stick guy said something, but it sounded like paranoid schizophrenic to me. So I didn't spend too much time on it. It seemed paranoid. Like, it was like the logic. I understand the logic though. It was the logic like, hey, if you let people say, it was like the logic I was bringing actually to the Mal O'Brien situation. If you let people's good words affect you on social media, don't forget their bad words are going to affect you too. So you better not let anything affect you. It's kind of like Justin Medeiros is like, I love Hiller's video where I was, he found me as natty. Well, be careful, because next year he'll make one that says you're not, and you won't like that. It's like,
I
they're
remember
both
all
the same.
that.
Yeah, same shit.
That video was from a long time ago. I was still tanning because I remember I listened to him say that on your show and I was in a tanning bed.
I love your timeline of life, your tanning days and not.
I know. I don't do that anymore.
What's your hair doing right now? Is it long or did you get a haircut? I don't recognize
I
you.
got a haircut, but I pushed it the other direction. I woke up and I pushed it that way. Usually I'll push it that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing important.
That's exact. I'm going to watch it now to spite Sevan. Thank you.
And that's, how many views was it at? I didn't see that.
It's a lot. 26,000 or 32,000. Oh, here. Excuse me. 32,000 in one day. It's averaging.
I got something for you. You watched Rory on Talking Elite Fitness the other day, right?
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. I don't want speaking of negative. Ooh, you're talking about the Lone Ranger.
I got one thing in particular. I've listened to the thing twice, and
wow.
I think in the first quarter.
Does that mean you're going to make a video on it?
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly.
But I don't know.
When's that coming out?
Probably tomorrow.
Ooh. What's the premise?
It ties together what we were talking about this morning a little bit with the Craig Ritchie.
Oh, okay. You like,
so, but the thing I want to ask you about it is, Rory brings up the fact that you kind of have to let the past be the past and move into the future. He goes, the old CrossFit is no longer the way it is. And I'm wondering if you're looking at this Mayhem video with what he's saying is the old CrossFit.
Explain, you know, I don't understand.
Like the message that they're putting forth on that is what CrossFit stands for at the moment. And maybe it's just like something that you can't align it with your thoughts. Like, I don't know what they're saying. This is too long. I don't get it. And everyone in the comment section loves it. Is there like a turning of the world and a turning of the CrossFit?
No. Do you want to know what I actually think along that lines? I think there's this, I've seen enough athletes go through an evolution that they all go through the same evolution. First, we saw James do it. Then we saw Jason Khalipa do it. And now I'm thinking maybe we're seeing it happen to Rich.
Oh, and that doesn't sound so good, but what do you mean?
There is this evolution. Like, so Jason went to like, I'm a games athlete, games, to fuck the games, to kind of like balancing out a little bit, to like, it's all, you know, the community and health. And you have to understand it's not about the athletes. But then the whole time you're like, dude, the only reason why anyone's even listening to you say this is because you're leveraging your fucking games fame, right? I mean, it was just so fucking perverse. It was so bizarre. But I didn't care. I love Jason, but it was just, I was like, hey, dude, it's like, it's just some serious inconsistencies, and that you should explain if you're going to jump ship. And but then now it's coming back to like he's into it seems like Jason's into making money again. And so now he's leveraging back to like his, you know, his kids are maybe getting older and shit. And now he's back to like leveraging his game fame and interested in like being on ESPN and doing more games again. So it's this cycle where Rich is now coming out of games and now he's really going to start driving towards community for a little bit. You know what I mean? It's his first year out and all of a sudden there's this community piece. Dude, let me tell you something. That video, the idea behind that video is amazing. It's great. Yeah, show people like that. I used to make I had my team make one of those every single week for 9 months until they shut down my media department. And it was the fastest growth we had for L1 sales between like 17 and 18, October of 17 to September of 18 or something like that, because we made those videos, one a week that showed transformation. But 36 minutes, listen, they'll never be able to make another one of those that's 36 minutes that will do that good. No, all those people are like, it's great. Yep. Dude, you ain't going to get 4,000 views on your next one.
I agree. They'll get 10 to 15.
Well, it can, on accident. I'm just saying,
no one's channel.
Yeah,
300,000 viewers. They'll
listen. Everyone at the gym's like, "Oh my god, did you see the Phil thing?" 80% of those views are so people can talk about it in the gym when they see the other people there. I'm just telling you. And the other 20% is because I promote.
Watching Bachelor season 15.
Yes,
all your buddies are watching, so you got to talk about it. Or Survivor. Did you see Survivor last night?
I'm just no. I don't think anything's changed. I don't even see what your point is there. I don't even see I see what your point is, but I don't even see it. That's what he's showing is CrossFit.
Well,
that video is CrossFit. That CrossFit's 2018. That Phil video is CrossFit 2018.
Okay, I see that.
You know what I mean? So, it's like there's nothing new there.
Well, no, I was just trying to confirm that's. I don't know. Maybe your head was in a different time state than where Rory's is right now, because Rory was sad on that Talking Elite Fitness. He was depressed. It was weird.
Well, they all are depressed, and here's why I think they're all depressed. Here's the thing. Here's why I think they're depressed. Those dudes are fucking all bummed because the media space has changed and they're projecting it on CrossFit. I haven't looked at the Craig Ritchie video, but what you're saying, because of Google Trends, CrossFit's really low. People aren't searching CrossFit. I would lump
Rory in there.
Well, right. Rory has a lifeboat because he's on the Mayhem ship, and the Mayhem ship is sailing big and hard. They got their own media team. They got Rich. They got cool ass people there like Logan. Yeah, Mayhem's like, and they got God. They're like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that the Lone Ranger people, they're just not happy with the way their ship is. They caught, like, we're all out at sea on these sailboats, and they caught some dead air, right? So like they're seeing like all these other boats are like catching wind in their sails, and they got some dead air. Do you know like with the transatlantic like sailboat races, they cross the Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean? Well, they do that, and it's a race, and you really need but if you get into a spot where there's no wind and someone else gets wind, they might like they start winning. And so the Lone Ranger people are just a little bummed. I mean, look what's happening. Lauren Khalil's, I'm going off now, interrupt anywhere you want, but Lauren Khalil goes over there and morning, basically she took over Morning Chalk Up, and now she's over at the Lone Ranger podcast, and she's taking over there because she's a fucking workhorse. Make. Like she wants to make shit, right? She fucked up by not coming over here.
Concur. I concur.
We were going to liberate. We were going to liberate that chick instead of free and let her fucking I'd put her in a rocket ship. But anyway, everyone's on their own journey, and now she's over there, and they got a little more of a they got a whole different like thing going there, and they just can't catch the wind. But Mayhem's got like Mayhem is like the biggest sailboat in the water, and it's catching all sorts of wind.
I left some
Rory's happy in that sense. Rory's happy in that sense. What'd you say?
I left some constructive criticism on there because I don't want to lump Rory into that, but Sean is talking.
Shawnee talks about the business side. I can make an entire. This is Andrew Hiller talking. Can I read this?
Yeah, please.
5038. This is from Andrew Hiller posting on the Lone Ranger podcast. Shawnee talks about the business side. I can make an entire video on this podcast, but this is why you guys are suffering. You think that CrossFit needs to get some things out of everything they do. You might be right, but you're wrong. And where you're saying it, you were speaking about dollars in exchange for a service. The Buttery Bros made a documentary that got 400,000 views. You're worried that they didn't come from CrossFit's channel. Are you out of your freaking mind? God, you're so clean. If Mr. Beast came in and made a video that got 100 million views, would you be saying the same thing? The Buttery Bros, Craig Ritchie, and Sevan have worked their asses off for their viewers. They're all media companies at this point. CrossFit should be paying them to come. There should be a symbiosis between the parties, because the CrossFit is nowhere near the NFL. If the NFL goes away, Patrick Mahone has nowhere to play. Good point. The effects may be similar for outside media in relationship to CrossFit, but outside media is all that has kept CrossFit going for the past 3 or 4 years. Patrick Mahone is not keeping the NFL going. Wow, that's a great point. And think of all the other satellite people like McAfee, Pat, is that the guy's name? Pat McAfee?
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
Who exist outside. Like for me and you, it doesn't matter. If they don't let us go to the games, everyone who doesn't participate with me or with you, it only hurts them. That's where we're at. I'm not saying
probably 100 to 200,000 views by being at the games this year, if I'm being honest.
Lost,
yes.
Because you weren't making videos from like home assessing the games in real time.
Correct,
like you could have just sat at home. Yeah.
The same way that you like in years past have not been at the games. I think same can say for you. At the moment, you've lost views because the behind the scenes hasn't come out yet. And it'll change.
But I not true though for me. I understand what you're saying, but I did that podcast every night from my hotel room, buzzed, and that thing murdered.
Murdering it. You were right.
Murdering. Yeah, I murdered. I came out so ahead in the games. But if the games didn't let me come and do the behind the scenes, or they tried to charge me or something like that, I would just cover the games the way I did the year before, just from home, and just send people there, and I would murder. I don't care. I mean, I do care. I had so much fun hanging with all the homies. That was how fun was that?
It was good. I was on the last show there. I was in the Airbnb from hell when it came to Wi-Fi. But
I mean, just hanging with you guys at the venue, like just like high-fiving people and chest bumping and all that shit was awesome.
Did you get what I was trying to say there on that comment, which is basically, it was off the back of, I know you don't have the context to that, but Sean was talking about how CrossFit did the wrong thing by having people there from the business side of it. And I just don't understand how Sean Woodland is giving business advice to CrossFit. It made no sense to me, number one. And number two, he's trying to say that you didn't give enough. Because Rory immediately says, well, we had to pay to be there. And he goes, yeah, but you guys should have gotten more. CrossFit needed to get more out of that. And Buttery Bros are getting the views. I'm like, well, dude, fuck. 400,000 views from the Buttery Bros is better than jack shit, which is what they would have gotten.
Let me say something to that. One thing that I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Please.
In order to play in the campground, you had to sign up for Mayhem. So who knows how many fucking and those signups were free, but who knows? Did they put on 1,000, 2,000? Like to play in the campground, there was some Mayhem village you could play in. And in order to go to that village and play, you had to sign up for the Mayhem app and give them your email.
Right, or so like that, for $50.
And there was even a free version.
Right.
But what I'm saying is those emails are worth money. And did Mayhem build their email list by 1,000, 5,000, 10,000? How many did Mayhem? So Mayhem did get something out of it. I don't know what they're talking about. It was great, and they did a great job. And I don't know anything really about that, but I think that it ended up being good for Mayhem, is what I would say. That being said, say that again.
Patrick Clark said there was a free for 6 days option that you had to sign up.
Your
email.
If you the coverage that the Buttery Bros gave to the games, they would have had to have paid someone $50,000 to get that.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Minimum, maybe 100,000. Heber and Mars fucking murdered it. Turned out high quality content, long form. It would be fucking nuts to not let them do that.
In a week's time, they put out what would I consider, I don't know, 50 to 60% of a top end documentary.
And listen, and that is short thinking that Shawnee's thinking, because he's saying that they're losing views. He's saying that they're losing views. They're not losing views. All they needed to do was hire another person to do the same thing as Heber and Mars, and they could have had him. They could have gotten free publicity from Heber and Mars, and they could have gotten views on theirs. It's not a duality thing. It's not like they get the views and they get taken from someone else. Everyone can watch both shows. No one's taking views from me. Even if you go on at the same time as me, you're not taking views from me. There's plenty for everyone. Yeah, he's not. That's why, I think that I think the Lone Ranger people are frustrated with the current state of affairs in media. And I do think that Shawnee did try to balance it out a little bit. He basically said whether you like them or not, which is they're beneficial. He threw a few
No. That was Rory who was saying that.
Oh.
I think I heard Rory.
Well, it's also weird. Once again, they were talking about you, but couldn't say your name. That shit was weird.
Or you, or both.
I didn't hear them talking.
We don't know because they don't say anything.
Yeah. But either
I
way,
don't know. I wanted your perspective on that.
yeah, the Lone Ranger people are they're
What do you think they want? What's a perfect
and it's an
outcome?
hour of saying nothing because they can't say anything because they don't have the wisdom, they don't have the knowledge, and they're strapped to what they can say. They're like political creatures, and so they're pegged a little bit. And they don't say is like it would be so much cooler if they're like, hey, we're not going to say these guys' names because they're assholes. Then at least like you're being sincere or something. Or they don't say like, hey, this is delicate because we don't want to lose our contract with CrossFit. Like they don't say any of that. They do the dance and hide shit, and we all see it, and it's what's embarrassing for them and embarrassing for us and for everyone. It's like, dude. And then they also think, I'm hearing shit like they've taken everything so seriously that they can't back out. It's like, hey, dude, none of us are taking it seriously. Like if you're offended by the fact that I call you Shawnee or the Lone Ranger podcast or that you love masks, then like we're not even on the same page. Like stop being offended by anything. It's all fun and games. It's cool. I went up to Tommy and I spoke to him for like 5 or 10 minutes at the games. I went out of my way. And then a few days later or a month later, he can't even say the name of my show on his show. And it's like, what kind of weird shit are you playing? Like,
hey, everything they do is good for us.
I agree. But do you ever feel sorry for? Do you ever feel sorry for them? Do you ever feel like, wow, that would suck to be them?
Do you feel sorry for Sporty Beth?
Yeah, I mean, I feel sorry that someone has to like
because the answer I suppose would be yes.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her. Just like, hey, dude, your life could be so much better. Like, dude, like just go in a cave with an iPhone and watch the video Andrew Hiller made, and then set yourself free. The thing is, there's so much ego involved now that they can't back out.
Well, that's what it is. They got to go backwards a couple steps to go forward.
Yeah.
Sporty Beth would have to retract, just like they would have to back off, and they'd take a hit for a little while. Tommy and Sean, they take a hit, and then they'd go way further forward.
Yeah, they set themselves
instead
free.
of getting 1,000 views a video, they might get 3 to 5, which is way better than they're going to be getting ever.
I feel sorry is not the right word. The thing is I've been in their position before. I understand what it's like. They're caged. Maybe not feel sorry is not the right word.
Sure, I feel sorry for Sporty Beth.
I don't want to imply that I feel sorry for her, like I think I'm better than her, but it's like she's missing.
Dude, she's not healthy.
I agree. I agree with you.
If I was convinced, imagine you're convinced that you're healthier than you used to be, and just like keep on doing that for a decade, 20 years.
Or that someone's saying something bad about you when they're not. She's so convinced that someone's being mean to her when they're not. Yeah, it's like, dude, no one is saying anything bad about you.
At that state, yeah, I feel bad for her for that.
But the only way she's going to realize that, she's going to have to give a piece of herself up. Like if I've been holding a basketball for 20 years and then someone goes, basketballs are stupid. I could understand, but all I have to do is put the basketball down and I'm free. Now I don't have to carry the basketball around, and what you say can't hurt me. And my life's so much better. I got both my hands back. And that's what she is. She's holding something, and we're talking about it, and she thinks we're fucking insulting her. It's like, dude, put that down, let your hands free, and we're good to go. And we've all been like her because we've all held on to dumb shit.
I like a basketball, screw off. But and she won't do that either. Right? She's not she's not comfortable holding on to the basketball.
So I can't wait to see your video with it's fun. I do enjoy kind of the train wreck effect of like when you engage these people, like trying to unscramble their I feel you ever thought about being a therapist?
Yeah.
Tell me,
but I would never go through the loops it would take to actually be considered one. No.
But if someone wanted to talk to you and like pay you, you talk to them. Can you do that legally?
Yeah, I've done that. But it was just like, hey, I pay $100 an hour and you'll chat with you on the phone. I've done that.
Wow. I wonder if that's illegal. I wonder if like someone could say
they get paid to talk. I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't have licensure to talk to someone.
Now, I'll tell you what, it was supposed to be fitness-minded, but it was never just fitness-minded stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, I've done that. And it was before YouTube. It was in between the time of the affiliate and making YouTube videos. I would do that. I can't do that anymore. Life coach, yeah, sure. I don't think I really liked it. I like the idea.
Hello, yes, Andrew Hiller is in Chicago, and he is offering people life coaching without a certification. Thank you.
Yeah, I would never do all the stupid loops. I was talking to somebody yesterday about the nutrition companies out there and people recommending certain products to people with the dietitian label of approval. Having that dietitian been proven that there's a better product out there, and they go, no, I like this product better just because their morals align with mine. Dietitian likes product because their morals are better, that the company is what they stand for, but this product is far and away better by every metric, and you can prove it, but they're not going to give that to their people who they are being trusted to be given the best product for.
And so why wouldn't they just say that? That's the part I don't.
Tell me say what?
Why wouldn't they just say, hey, this is a better product, but my values align with the where the money is being spent this one, so I'm torn. You decide for yourself. Why wouldn't you just be honest about that? That's
the dietitian said this to this person.
Oh,
I'm being purposefully vague. The dietitian goes, yeah, my morals align with this, but I don't care that your product is better. I'm going to continue to give this morally, quote unquote, better product to all of my clients while the product is worse.
Then they need to tell their clients that's what they're doing, is what I'm saying. If you don't do that, then you're a piece
less
of
protein
shit.
per gram of there's GMOs in it. It's not grass fed. And then there's this laundry list of shit that I can pull up, but you have a credential, so you can tell people whatever you want.
Dude, it's the same thing that's the same thing of hiring people for the color of their skin or their sexuality or their whose genitalia they want in their face based on what their capability is for the job. It's the identical thing. I heard someone the other day, an executive of a company, they asked her, what's your crowning achievement when you worked at this big tech company? And they said, my diversity hires.
Check the private chat, by the way.
That's crazy that would be your crowning achievement. That doesn't even make sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're breaking my heart.
No. I don't think you have the whole thing.
Oh.
And also, this is a video I'm going to make too. It's going to be freaking incredible.
Oh.
The second one that I mentioned is the one with the proper morals.
Oh, really? Wow.
Quote unquote.
Wow.
The first one has the better product.
Oh.
You can get on board with this. I know you'll like this.
Yeah, well, that's the product I take. I want it to be the better product, so I'm biased. I've turned into a supplement junkie. I wonder, I'm in like a phase. I feel like I'm 18 years old again.
How are your peptides?
They're great.
You feel like you're 18 years old? Are you out yet?
No, not like that. No. I got too carried away. I'm wounded again. Get carried away.
What do you mean you're wounded? From doing Murph?
I'm just beat up. I'm fucking old. Boners are crazy. I have crazy boners anyway. It's just that before I could kind of mentally get around them. Now it's like they need to be serviced. But it's cool.
How was the show with Dave and Souza in there? Was it awesome? Other than hot?
Yeah, it was cool. I'm ready to have Dave on again because there's so many questions I didn't get to. I'm excited to have Dawn in here.
Hey, I got a topic to address with you about the Dave show. I don't know if you want to do it on or off air though.
It's gonna make Dave look bad.
I'm sure that you have a way to look at it that I don't see.
Is it gonna make me defensive? Am I gonna feel like I have to defend Dave?
I don't think it's gonna make you feel like you have to, but you might just do it because I don't see what the way out of it.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
At the hour 30 mark,
No.
you ask Dave. It's on the top of my head. I have it in a notepad. I tried to call you yesterday. I couldn't get to you. At the hour 30 mark, you ask Dave why you should get the level 1, and he doesn't tell you why.
How crazy is it? This fucking guy calls me yesterday, can't get a hold of me, but he has the back end access to my show, so he just ambushes me.
Hey, I gave you the
Fuck
option.
you, David. Eat a cock. Go ahead.
Well, and I don't think it's bad for anything. I don't think David did anything wrong because he does give an answer. But the answer that I saw him giving was one of which it's the gateway to take the level 2, 3, and 4. But then he also at another point in there says that you don't have to take the level 1 or level 2 to take the level 3. And you also at that point in the episode go, hey, Susan, why would you take a level 1?
Yeah.
And then Dave goes, hey, I didn't come all the way over here to let Susan talk.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that part of the show?
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
But I didn't really hear Dave give a reason other than there's a guy who asked the question. It was on the bottom of the screen. He goes, why should I get my level 1? He goes, well, you're looking to do something. And this is the gateway into the club. Very similar to the answer he gave about why.
Oh, no. You're talking about why would you affiliate?
No. It was, I was about to say, it's very similar to that answer, but it's like, it's the gateway into the community. It's like the individual version of.
Okay, I'm remembering. But Hiller, specifically, that guy said.
Specifically, yes.
I didn't like the guy's question, first of all, because we needed more clarity or it was stupid or something. He basically said, hey, I want a job in the fitness space. I'm thinking about basically taking my level 1, but I don't see any jobs available. And my response to him would have been like, hey, motherfucker, then there's him and Susan both said it. There's tons of gyms out there. And I think you would validate this too, who are looking for qualified level 1 trainers and that he's just out of his mind. Like, so what?
I've never been to a gym that isn't looking for coaches. Correct.
Yeah. So what's he talking about? So what didn't you like? Well, okay. So take over again. So what's the question? You thought Dave did a shitty. Dave had a couple. Dave and Susan, if you want to be completely frank, there were a couple times when I answered, why would you affiliate? And then there was another question someone asked Susan afterwards, and I fucking hit.
You helped them out a lot.
Dude, I hit some fucking home runs on that show.
Well, and the reason
and people are like, let me ask Dave and Susan. I'm like, fuck it, go ahead. But then I'm like, then I had to just be like, pull my dick out and be like, yo, don't forget, I ain't just a talk show. I ain't just a stand-up comedian like you guys think I am.
The reason I wanted to ask you about is because I thought you picked up on that. Like, hey, come on, Dave, tell us why you should get your level 1.
Yeah.
And he didn't give, in my opinion, the greatest answer. But I don't know if
it was because the question was fucked up though.
Yeah,
maybe he got stuck in the question. But you're saying maybe he should have brought more energy to it and pivoted it and redirected it.
Or just tell people why. Like, if you buy a water bottle, it's because you're thirsty.
Right.
If you buy, I don't know, if you go get a haircut, you want your hair to be shorter by the time you come out or styled or whatever. Why do I get a level 1?
Yeah.
Because you're looking to train people anyway. That was what I left with. And then I think that you have given thousands of better answers.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that like
CEO shit.
CEO shit. The whole
Rambler brings up a good, but the room was very hot. He drank 3 sparkling waters when he's here.
That was the best part of the show. Avi being the donkey. It's like walking in there with water.
It's 100 degrees in here. That was bizarre.
Is it that hot out there or no?
We just had 2 crazy days, dude. It happens every time this time of year. It's like, and it's windy and it's hot as shit. And everyone's like, please don't fucking anyone throw their cigarette out the window. It's like, there's a couple days like this. I don't know if it's called Santa Ana winds or what, but there's always a couple and there's leaves everywhere from our redwood trees. It's fucking crazy here right now. I had a huge party.
There's leaves everywhere from the redwood trees.
I don't know. I was just describing the scene. Yeah, there's just tons of heat and wind, and yeah, everyone's sinuses. Maybe he was just congested and hot.
How was your party?
It was great. Oh, Greg shit. I don't know what Dan's hearing here, but yeah, that's what I did. I just stole all of Greg's shit. That's true. If that's what you're saying.
You hang out with him enough, I'm sure you can pull shit from him all day.
Dude, it wasn't just hot in here. It was like there was like my eyes were burning. It was seriously. I was as sweaty as when I did Murph. It was nuts.
Don't SEALs hang out in the water? Aren't SEALs like water-based military?
They're supposed to be Navy dudes.
Yeah, so I mean, the heat would get to somebody who hangs out in the water all day.
Anyway, so what are you gonna do? Are you gonna make a video on it? Be like, here, Dave, let me help you out with answering why people should take the level 1.
I listened to the whole episode twice And at another point in that episode, he talks about the important, he has this line that I really liked. Someone told me this once. He goes, I didn't have the time to write you a short letter, so I wrote you a long one instead.
Yeah, that was cool.
He says that. And then when he gave his example about the level 1 and why you should take it, I don't think that he wrote a short message.
Oh,
I think
shit. Well, he's critical of the podcast format in general for that.
Correct, but it doesn't mean that he can't just do what he said. And it was in the same episode that he said it. So I heard him say, and I don't want to beat up on Dave.
No, go ahead. Bernie Gannon, it's tough for Sevy to interview Dave. Sevy's trying to support his friend and business, support his friend and the business so hard, make it hard for him to put on the hook. That's true.
Bernie looks like Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, that's true. I definitely that's a fair assessment. I wouldn't say it's hard, but that it is what I'm doing. You can tell that Dave wanted to talk, doesn't want to talk CrossFit. He spent a lot of time rerouting the coming topics back to cat in a tree while Sevy was trying to talk about the topic or read a question. Yeah, that's true. I think that's
true. He was just
kind of true. He said before, not recently, but he said before in the last month, like, hey, dude, if I come on, do you think we could do a show where we didn't mention CrossFit once? Like, just not because he wasn't saying like he wanted to do that. He was just like, hey, do you think you can jump that fence? You know what I mean? Just like and I was like, yeah, we could probably do that. And he's like, yeah, I'm not saying we should, but it would be, I wonder if you could.
Hey, the best part about all that was he told you what it means to be a CrossFitter, right? We've had a lot of conversations.
Oh, that was, yeah. You know what? That made me hate both of you.
Cause why? Cause you don't do CrossFit?
No, listen, you guys. Listen. I did Murph the other day and I didn't time it, and no one can tell me I didn't do CrossFit. That was CrossFit as a motherfucker.
How long did it take you?
Yeah, the last mile took me 12:42. I just remember looking at the runner when I got off the runner. I was like, oh my God. Here's why I didn't time it, by the way. I did 20 minutes on the assault bike. And then I was like, oh shit, I feel great. I'm gonna run a mile on the runner. And when I finished the mile on the runner, I'm like, fucking A, I'm doing Murph. And so I just started doing 15, 10, 5. And I got to the 7th round and I'm like, what have I done to myself?
I was running the mile, I'm all juiced up, so I'm just gonna start doing Murph.
Yeah. No, I think I did. I don't think it took me to be honest, if I want to say that the clock was around 1:30 something in the afternoon. When I finished, it was around 2:30. So I want to say I got it in an hour or less. But at the 7-minute mark, I went into the kitchen and I got a glass of water. My fucking wife. And I drink a glass of water and she goes, are you done? And I go, I'm doing Murph. And she goes, I've never seen anyone come into the kitchen and drink water while they're doing Murph.
It's because Haley does CrossFit.
You fucking bitch.
It's because your wife does CrossFit.
Like, it wasn't like good job or nothing. I'm like, dude, and I looked at her and I was almost gonna fight with her. I was gonna be like, I never drink water when I work out. But I didn't. I just took it like a man.
I would have said the same thing. If I'm in the house and Alexis walks in, she's like, I'm in the middle of doing Linda. Like, what the fuck are you doing in here?
No,
like,
I didn't use the vest.
What round are you on? I'm on the round of 5. I'm like, you've only got 75 reps left. Finish.
I didn't use the vest. Yeah, I was in the 7th round and I was in big trouble. I was in big trouble. Anyway, so yeah,
what he said is like, you can't look at somebody workout by workout and determine whether or not they do CrossFit, though. That's what I thought that was the thing. You got to look at the picture.
Yeah. And
I've always said you got to look at the diet. Like, if the diet isn't there, you can't look at a workout, because the diet, you can't see what they're eating while they're doing Murph.
I only work out barefoot, John Wick, unless I'm doing rope climbs. Hey, do you like that aspect of it though? I don't want to dig too far into it, but do you like that you can't look at, like, someone can't do a CrossFit workout? You're either like, there's some like, hey, you have to do these workouts over 2 weeks, and then you now become okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
but I'm okay with your. I
can't have broad time and modal domains in one session.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's the easiest way.
I'd say at worst, because I said, hey, if someone does Murph every single day, are they still doing CrossFit? And he goes, yeah, but it's a shitty expression. So I would say at worst, maybe
not broad time then.
Yeah, I'd say at worst, maybe I do a shitty expression of CrossFit, but to say I don't do CrossFit is tarded.
So I love that you brought up gym.
Yeah.
Hey, a guy who does Murph every day, is he doing CrossFit? It's like, sure.
And in his defense, I mean, he really varied.
Jim?
His
Yeah, he
Murph-
did a bunch
his
of different
Murphs.
variations of Murph. Yeah.
Yeah, he did some crazy shit.
Dan Bailey did that for a little bit too. I think he did Murph every Wednesday for a while.
Well, the reason why I brought it up is I had that guy on who said, I said, you do CrossFit? He said, no. And then he does Murph once a week, or it's his favorite workout. And it's like, dude, if you're doing Murph once a week.
He does CrossFit more than the guy who does Murph every day, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay.
Because of the change in time domain. He's not doing an hour plus of CrossFit every day. But then
John Wick,
how he eats, and it depends on if he times his workouts. And it depends on his intention behind Murph. You can't just half-ass Murph.
hey,
Those are my metrics.
let me go in my defense. I was in the 7th round. I wanted to quit, and I told myself, okay, hit the reset button on that thought, take a chill, just come back in. You only have to do one more round. And so like I got a glass of water, I came back in, and then I made it to like the 15th round. And then I'm like, okay, only 5 rounds left. I can do this. And then I saw the fucking runner, and I was like, holy fuck, how am I going to do this? And I got on it, and I started like kind of like limping it along. And when I was done, I had a headache the rest of the day. And I'm giving myself fucking credit for Murph. Well, without the vest.
I think we can check like 3 of the 4 boxes.
Which one didn't I get? Oh, the timing.
Timing it.
Yeah.
But you pushed. You follow the diet model most of the time, right? You did constantly varied functional movements at a high intensity. You followed it. I'm kind of going into my video, and then Dave says you would need to look at what you did tomorrow and the day before.
Christian Kettler, I'd love to see Hiller interview Greg. Did you like the Phil video? I'd like to see that too. Did you like the Phil video?
I could see it being on like National Geographic, if that makes sense.
So you
like
thought it was that good? You thought even it was edited good too? Oh.
I think it started off decent.
Yep.
But then again, Froning was in the beginning of it, so maybe I'm biased because they were star power. Like they totally threw Froning into the beginning to hook people.
I'm okay with.
The thing that I really got held up on, I already brought up, like the overlays of the stuff that I think had nothing to do with Phil. Like this is not his doctor. This is not his leg. But if they would have had like pictures of the gear inside of his leg from his surgery that infected, that would have been cool. I think it would have been a much better piece, and maybe this is where they were coming from, given directly to their community of people. Because there's the stuff of him walking into the coffee shop. I did not like the interviews that didn't seem very genuine with his PT. It was weird. It's like I walk up to somebody and say, hey, I'm going to start doing a piece on this guy that you've been working up with for a while. And he starts crying. There was like a lack of genuineness to me about that. You know, like,
Or
when's the last time you cried?
Do you know why though? I'm not suggesting that
your kids start walking and you cry because it's so crazy.
I'm not suggesting that it wasn't genuine tears and that it wasn't genuine, but if you're gonna just start crying, you better at least tell us why or show us why. It's not enough to just be like, Phil's done more for me than I've done for him, and then start crying. Because now all of a sudden I now have 50 questions. On one side, it's, hey, this is bullshit, or what's he done for you? And then they never tell you. And it's like I'm not gonna make some shit up.
Can you remember the last time you cried? And then like why? And if someone would have asked you about it a year later on a camera, are you gonna cry because of it?
No, like my dog. When I buried my dog, I was sobbing, and my wife
talking about it right now. You're not gonna cry.
No, not only that, my wife's like, "Hey, the dog's been dead for 3 weeks, and you haven't brought the dog up once." I go, "Oh yeah, I forgot we had him."
Phil's still around, so. But you know what I'm saying, right? So that part really like set me up for feeling odd about the rest of the film. But that said, like the beginning of it, I think that they laid it out real well. But then, as you were saying, it didn't need to be 36 minutes long. It could have been
6 minutes,
15, 20.
6. Ken Walters, Sevi, an hour. It took you an hour, and you're 60 years old. I did it in 65 minutes with a 20-pound vest. but I had to do 50 pull-ups and then 50 ring rows. Hey, dude, if I did 100 pull-ups with a 16-pound, a 20-pound vest, I would be injured, I think. I could do it, but I would be, and I could probably do it pretty fast, but I would be fucking injured. I don't think you're a pussy at all. A vest is gnarly, dude.
Dude, Ken is jacked.
Yeah.
Hey, Bernie has a good point. This reminds me of something you've done. The point of the Heart of Mayhem would have been better if they featured 3 to 4 civilian athletes whose lives are made better. It was over the top for one example. And anecdotes that have happened.
Exactly. Yeah. Over the top for one example.
You know,
but listen,
I just told you I watched Our House the other day.
Yeah.
And you got 3 or 4 people living
Yeah.
in a house.
Yeah.
Showing what it's like to be in the house.
Yeah.
They could have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. That being said, like the number of people that are saying that it has 119 comments and 118 of them are positive. It's like,
I have 430 comments on my Sporty Beth video, all of which are positive.
Depends on who you ask. But good on Mayhem for making it. I'm not like, hey, Mayhem shouldn't have made that, or it was stupid, or I'm just being critical douche.
Next time around, you are there. You're shooting.
Support.
What do you do?
I support that film 100%. Just in the edit. Well, first of all, I try to get I would try to get like some childhood stories of his from like his mom or his dad or something where I need to like, I need some like stories. Like what? There's something else there. There's something deeper. There's something that's happened to him. Maybe he said it and he didn't want to share it. There's something there, like something more than he just went to the military and he's tweaked. And but on top of that, if I couldn't get that, dig into more what actually is going on with him, I would just shorten it, just way shorter. Like, hey, here's a fucking fat dude who fucking is training here and losing weight and making his life better, and I'd do it in 6 minutes. I give all the trainers their bigger shirts, slightly bigger shirts. So fucking ridiculous.
I listen to everything, mostly from the podcast. I have that earphone in and I'm playing it on YouTube in the background. And I remember I was in Costco. I'm by the frozen meat section, and I like pulled it open when you're talking about the shirt. Yeah. And I'm like, yep, that shirt's too fucking small. It's way too small. I don't know who it was wearing it.
That dude, that trainer's like stuck in the 80s. You probably don't remember this, but he should roll his sleeves up. In the 80s, like all the kids used to roll their sleeves up.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
You ever did that? Yeah, like to make your sleeves. Well, now everyone just gets a tattoo, but there used to be like an era where people rolled their sleeves up like that. We pegged our pants and we rolled our sleeves. I mean, I pegged my pants, but I didn't roll my sleeves.
What does pegging plants mean? Or pants?
Pants. It's like you have jeans and you ask your chick if she knows, Miss Kowalski, if she knows what pegging pants are.
You know what pegging pants means?
No.
No.
You fold it over like this and then you roll it up.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah.
I think I've seen you do that.
Like, no, you've not seen me do that. Fuck off, asshole. It's like joggers, but you custom. You have to fold them over.
What does it look like?
You just showed us. You gotta like pin them over.
You fold your pants over like this, and then you roll it up so that they like stay pegged like tight.
I've seen that.
Like that.
Okay, I've definitely seen it. I didn't know that was like the name for it.
Pegging.
Yeah, I don't think
it's a name for something else too.
You don't see dudes do it too often. Oh shit! Max L. Hodge sent me a text. He was laughing his ass off. He said that when I made the comment about pegging I made a pegging joke with Travis Mayer. He said Travis didn't get the joke. It went over his head. I was like, no. He's like, you didn't get it, dude.
I didn't know where you were going. Pegging and Max L. Hodge.
Need Max L. Hodge for pegging.
You've been on here for 3 hours, man.
I know.
You're good.
I'm ready to go. Yeah, no, I gotta go.
I can keep on bringing up topics, but I know that I can do that.
No.
My next video is going to be on Craig Ritchie's most recent video.
Oh, Paul, you liked it, right?
I did like it. Well, because it's the first time in forever where he's actually said anything. Usually he's got the Talking Elite Fitness shtick, just pushing shit around.
And he And he's critical of CrossFit, which usually he's not, right?
Usually he's
like too scared to be critical.
He's looking at rainbows. That's what he's usually doing. And you know what he did that was really, really good? And now I'm going to be giving away all my stuff. Was he used his analytics to talk about the health of the ecosystem.
That speaks your
he
language.
didn't post it like the back end, which I wish he would have, and he'd never do it.
Right.
But he did say, hey, 3 years ago, I made a video at the games and I got 500,000 views. This year I had back end access, way better access, and my best video only got 150,000. And I made a video 9 months ago stating all the same stuff.
And you're suggesting that that's indicative of the state of affairs of CrossFit.
Correct. To which everyone always pushes back on me with ESPN.
Well, let's skip that. But let's talk about also the fact. So I watched one of Craig Ritchie's videos and I was like, hey, this is completely unwatchable. How's anyone watch this? And someone said, because a fan of Craig Ritchie's explained to me, because during the pandemic, we got to know them and we're part of their team. And so we feel part of their community. And so they have this core group of people that's into them and doesn't care so much about content, the quality of the content or the depth of it or what they're sharing. It's just being a part of their life. It's kind of like the community on this podcast. Although I try to fucking keep adding shit to it. There's people here who just like are addicted to this and like have to be here every morning at 7 a.m. and like they know all the characters and all that. And so but I've tried to watch 4 or 5 of Richie's videos, and maybe it's just he's lost his way in the last couple of years, and that's why his numbers are waning.
And you think that he gains a whole bunch of very loyal people during the pandemic?
I mean, that's what I was told, that people got into their lives. Like it became, before it wasn't so much about him, his shows, they were about CrossFit. And I'm just going hearsay. I don't know this. And then during the pandemic, he pivoted towards himself.
He did.
And at that point, so then when someone like me, it's like me, if like I tuned into a soap opera, if I turned into a soap opera, I might be like, oh, this is fucking stupid. But what the people are telling me, Craig Ritchie stuff's not stupid or vapid or empty. It's just that you're not on the train. You need to go back to where we got to know you're missing. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of mind blowing to think.
Do you think that there's any validity to that? I think there is. I think that there's a community of people like once someone said that to me, I'm like, oh, and I could see why people like him and Schnaz. Like him and Schnaz are like, I could see why you're into their like, yeah, you could see why you're interested in them buying a house and her getting tits and in the sauna. Like I could see it. Like that made sense to me all of a sudden. I was like, oh,
hey man, people have that with you and I'm sure too.
Yeah, everyone's curious. Like you're on the testosterone, or like no one would care that you're off the testosterone unless they knew you maybe when you were on the testosterone, like they're part of the journey, or at least I don't know if don't care, but it's way more interesting now. Like
someone told me they signed up for California hormones 2 weeks ago, and they're feeling, or sorry, it was 3 weeks ago, and they're just starting to feel better.
Peptides or hormones?
Hormones, CA hormones.
Mm.
I was going through my messages.
I don't shoot my peptides in front of my kids. I would never put a needle in my arm in front of my kids. Just want to say
it's a good life lesson. So what does the whole Craig thing have to do with the health of his YouTube channel, comparing it to the best years of his CrossFit?
So what I'm saying is maybe the last 2 years he just hasn't made like really compelling content. That's because there's always this cycling of viewers. So maybe he's not making stuff that's really enticing like his early days that brought in new viewers, because it became the Craig Ritchie and Schnaz.
Well, you tell me this. Yeah, Craig Ritchie starts up his YouTube channel at the same time, or maybe even a year before I did. Does he have 340,000 subscribers?
I don't understand the question.
So he's got 340,000.
Yeah. When did he start? Did he start way before you?
2015, 2016.
Okay, so way before you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that he was covering a thing that was kind of exploding at the time.
Well, okay, that's fair. And
So
and then
you
also
grab
you
the-
could say this. How about this? I'll contradict myself here too, or play the other side. How about this? If you looked at CrossFit's metrics from videos that we played in 2015 to versus now, holy shit.
You're talking about Road to the Games. You're talking about
You just go back. Just
Fat
any,
Man. You're talking about the journal videos, articles, all that.
Yeah, just like how to do an air squat. I mean,
Yes, 5 million views. How to do an air
Yeah,
squat, one
yeah.
little video.
yeah, and now it can't get 2,100 views. So if that's what you're looking at, then fucking CrossFit's dead, and it's beyond resuscitation.
That's beyond resuscitation.
Hey, dude, and you and I have two of the smallest followings in all of CrossFit.
I don't think so. Here.
think so?
Take this.
Let me-
Take this. Here, no, I got it. I brought up Richie in 2015-16. He has 340,000 subscribers. If you cut him off at the knees at 2020, have him start a new YouTube channel in the year 2021, and everyone else, Talking the Fitness, Training Think Tank, HWPO, Froning, everybody restart the new YouTube channel in 2021, what does it look like?
Well, that's different. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying that we're not. I totally agree with where you're going with that. What I'm saying is like we're murdering. We're like we're on it. No matter what you look at the end of the day, the most important thing to me probably is my bank account, right? Like for my metric, I'm fucking the show is murdering. Relative to where it was when I started, it was fucking cost. I was paying hundreds of dollars a month to host the show when I started.
Correct.
So I went from the negative to making money. But what I'm saying is like you look at our numbers compared to like anyone else in the space besides the dorks we hang out with. The dorks we hang out with, we're like everyone's shit has tiny numbers. But I'm saying like you look at the Lone Ranger podcast, you look at Jason Kleba's channel, you look at Josh Bridges' channel, you look at HWPO, you look at Proven. All those people have Craig Ritchie, Buttery Rose. They have massive accounts compared to us everywhere on Instagram, on YouTube. But for whatever reason, we're thriving, and it sure as fuck doesn't look like they are. Well, maybe HWPO is with its sales, its programming sales. But I'm just talking about just in terms of just media
Viewership.
Yeah, I mean, there's. Jason Kleba and Josh Bridges did a podcast together. It only got like 3,000 views. That's bizarre to me.
Damning thing that Richie said in that video, which I don't know if he knows he did it. What?
I lost Hiller. Did everyone else lose Hiller? I lost Hiller. Did you guys lose me or Hiller? One of either me or Hiller went down. I can't tell who. Is it me or him? Anyone? Bueller. Oh, okay. So it is Hiller. Thank you. So Hiller's shit went down. All right. Thank you. Well, good. It's fun to hear Hiller talk about the numbers because he has all this software and shit that lets him see all sorts of insights into people's shit that I can't see. Andrew, I don't know if you can hear me or not. I'm not saying I know we have all the influence in the space. I'm not gonna play like stupid. I'm not gonna play stupid to that. I'm not gonna deny that we don't have all the influence in this. It's okay. I'm not gonna deny that we don't have all the influence in the space. I'm not saying that we don't have all like we're running the space. I'm not gonna feign that we're not or. We're the earthquake, the tsunami, the tidal wave. But what I'm saying is everyone else's accounts crush ours, except for the dorks we hang out with.
Whose account is crushing? And how do you define crushing?
Just by sheer numbers. I'm just saying by sheer numbers of subscribers. I mean, dude, between me and you, we don't even have fucking 30,000 fucking Instagram followers.
Yeah. Also,
dude, mine and your YouTube account together is smaller than Khalipa's.
But who gets
Talking
more
Elite, the Lone Ranger podcast has more subscribers than we do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like we're running the show. I get it. But I'm just saying like numbers are weird. And like something has happened to I mean, numbers are weird.
I think if we're around in 2015, 16 doing this exact thing, we both have a couple 100,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, I've retired and someone else is doing the show. I'm in a jet. In
You
10
couldn't
years from
retire
now,
because you'd have to run the podcast.
oh, I'm gonna be so rich in 10 years. Another 6 years of this, and it's gonna be crazy what's gonna happen. What's up with your internet? When are you? It's another 10 years, you're gonna be able to afford good internet.
Dude, my internet. This is a bad idea. I got to do all the podcasts in the garage. I'm between two routers and it likes to bounce.
Do you have a mesh system?
I do.
Or which one?
Some Linksys thing.
It's a legit mesh. Like it's like are both the router? Is it a booster or is it a mesh? Are both your routers hardwired?
Yeah.
Gangster.
But there's one in the garage so that
All
I
right.
can operate, and then there's one in the basement.
But they're both hardwired and they butt fuck each other and make the mesh. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I like that.
So
I was getting in a fight with one of JR's net guys, like trying to lecture me on fucking how the internet works.
And did you win?
No, but I just want to be like, dude, shut the fuck up. I know what I'm talking about. But I tried to be calm and let him explain it to me. But then he kept referring to my shit is not. I'm like, dude, my shit is hardwired. He's like trying to explain it. Like he was talking to me like how I talk to my mom. Like my mom doesn't know the difference between Wi-Fi and cellular. And I'm like, my fucking Lord.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, I don't know the difference either, but I can make up some shit so that I can distinguish from them. You know what I mean? Like I can make up some stuff. Like I get it. Like cellular is what you use for your cell phone, and there's towers all over that give people cancer. And Wi-Fi is the wire that comes to my fucking house, and I have a router, and it sends a signal just from my fucking house and my friends with my dog's password. The password that's my dog's name.
So what's this person not understand?
This person was trying to tell me that my shit. I was telling him I have a mesh system, and he's trying to explain to me that there's no such thing as a mesh system. I'm like, listen, motherfucker.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, he was trying to tell me it was a booster or an extender. I'm like, no, dude, they're all hardwired. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4.
Yeah.
4 routers to make my mesh system.
So that no matter where you go, it works for you.
Yeah.
And
then he called me a boomer.
Oh my God. Who is this guy?
I don't know. We're going to see him at
I'm going to see him next week.
Yeah.
That is next week.
Yeah. And he kept referring to.
I had to get one more thing across on the Craig video.
Okay, go ahead.
The CrossFit Games champion this year has how many Instagram followers?
Not a lot. 72,000, 240,000. I don't know.
130. Jeffrey Adler, the male champion.
Wow.
Justin Medeiros, the 2-time champion. And he played in 2023.
Yeah.
500,000. Compare that to Froning, Fraser, Kalipa, Bridges, Ben Smith, all those people. Pale in comparison.
How about when I just typed in Adler Instagram? This guy's Instagram account is the #1 pick.
Fittest man on earth. What is that he is on the top right? It looks like a laser. How many followers does he have?
11,000.
Adler.
I just typed in Adler Instagram and that dude came up.
I love it.
He's not the second one or the third one or the fourth one. Oh, there's a Jonathan Adler that has 913,000. Oh, Jeffrey Adler is on the first page though. He's like 7 down. Crazy.
Aaron says that if Jeff wins again, it goes up. And if the Earth stays around for another day or two, the sun will come up tomorrow. Yes. It'll go up if he wins again.
Yeah, you can bank on both those. Hey, Danielle Brandon I was surprised how long it took Danielle Brandon to skyrocket.
She's at 700,000.
Yeah, and then she just kind of just
compared to like a Brooke Wells, who's never, I don't know. I wouldn't say Brooke Wells is ever as popular as Brandon is currently.
Yeah.
Of the who would you say is the face of the women's like CrossFit right now? Laura Horvath?
No, I mean you're not even gonna fucking believe when I tell you this. I'm gonna tell you can never repeat this. I'm putting it in private chat.
Okay. The face of women's CrossFit right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna say like Nicole Carroll.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm fucking Nostradamus, dude. Look at those.
Do this. We had this conversation a while ago.
Those numbers are crazy. What's going on with that account? Go look at those fucking numbers, or don't even make sense. Well, I mean, they make sense, but they don't make sense.
To do it?
No, pull it up. No, I want to.
I'm not gonna pull it up. I'm not gonna pull it up. I'm just gonna.
I don't want to be anywhere near that account for another year.
Uh-oh. I see what you mean. I pulled it up, and I see what you mean. Is there a reflection in this window behind me?
Probably. Hey, dude, that account had like 15,000 a year ago.
Yeah, man. I think not, and no one in the comments is ever gonna guess who this is.
No. I erase my history. If someone even mentions that account to me, I plug my ears. I run the other direction. I don't want to be any part of it for a while.
My favorite thing to do is give people a rabbit hole to chase. I won't do it. I won't do it right now.
How is Alex Gazan doing? How is Gazan doing? Gazan 50, that's it?
Maybe 55. Tell me.
I'm looking. Alex Gazan, 48. Wow.
Yeah, I'm on the pulse, dude. You think if you ask anyone over at HQ how their athletes are doing, they'll know?
Oh, hey, dude, the best part of the podcast was when he talked about Jeffrey Adler and Jeffrey Adler being like a main site guy. And what was so awesome, and he was being critical of me not listening or not being able to uncover that in a video. And then later on, while I'm sleeping in bed at night, I'm like, oh shit, not only did I uncover it in this one, but how come his own ship hasn't covered it?
Mm-hmm.
How come his media team isn't exploiting the fuck out of that? I'd be all over that. I did invite Carol. I want to have Carolyn Lambre on the show and ask her about it.
Hey, I call bullshit on that, by the way.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think he does 85% of main site workouts. Yeah. And I guarantee you he doesn't do that anymore now that half of them aren't even programmed by HQ.
You think he does 50?
Why would he do some random shit programmed by someone else?
You think he does 50% of them?
Well, let's say he did do some of them before. He's going to cut half of it. Just because of the fact that half of them are written by HQ. How many do I think he actually does? I think it's probably similar to what I think JR does, which is he pays attention. And then every once in a while, they'll be like, ooh, we should probably do some of that because it's been frequent. Yeah. I could see that, but I don't see him saying, hey, we're doing .com today, or him and Lambre. No one in the comment section has guessed who this person is, the most powerful woman in CrossFit.
Yeah, but or the face of CrossFit. Hey, but Kelsey Keel is a great guest. What's her? I can't find her Instagram. How did you find hers? Does she have a special name?
Like KLES.
KL.
Yeah, it's like Kels Keel or something.
I got Chloe Wilson.
Kelsey Keel CrossFit.
KIEL.
It's at KELSK.
Yeah.
IEL.
Oh shit! Her boyfriend looks like fucking one of the Diaz brothers, who's like turned into a vampire. He's like a do you know who the Diaz brothers are?
They fight.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, look. So everyone's not just looking at nothing. That dude on the left.
Yeah, that looks like one of the Diaz brothers. She'd be a good face for CrossFit. She looks cool.
She is cool.
Yeah, she's
when cool. I was at Zelos games, I remember she wasn't competing, but we got in early to talk judges stuff, and she was in there running. She was just running, doing her zone 2 stuff.
And look, it says just be a nice person, and yeah, she seems nice. Everything interaction I've seen with her on the internet, she's nice as shit.
I'm a fan of her. She's cool. Hey, I talked to her at the games before. I couldn't talk to anybody else. Her and her team, they were all cool. She probably blocked you. No, and it's also not Brooke. It's not
yet.
It's not Debo.
Not yet.
Not Mal. It's not Fusilier.
Yeah, she has a cool
Not
Instagram.
Catherine.
She got a good vibe. She giving off good, like, she's cool.
She's strong. I hope that she
She
does
is.
well. And I think what she did in relation to Pedro's podcast the other day was awesome. Or his
yeah. He busted on her and she took it like a champ.
Just got to get fitter.
All right. I can hear my kids outside. Holy shit, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we'll just keep it going until tomorrow morning.
Thank you, everyone. What is
Not
tomorrow
Emma
morning?
Watson. It's not Maui Volmer.
Oh shit, tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Who is it?
Helen Taylor from Core City CrossFit. She has a kids program there that's crazy. I think that's at the gym in Detroit. This is gonna be good.
Oh, you mean the exact thing Castro said that you don't do on your platform? All you do is promote the elite athletes?
Oh yeah, that was just ding dong shit. But he can get away with it. He's my friend. He can say it.
Like once a week you have on an affiliate owner or something like that. Community support.
Thank you. I'm so good at supporting the community.
Not
All right,
Raptors,
Phil.
not-
Congratulations on the movie, Dr. Phil, for CrossFit Mayhem. Oh,
Hey, I
Rose
hope
God.
Phil doesn't watch any of your stuff and take everything out of context. I think Phil is a great person. I don't think that he needed 36 minutes to get that across.
Phil,
I agree with you.
Hiller is going to take that Mayhem video and cut it up and ass pound you.
I cannot ask pound Phil.
All right, fine.
I would just say good on you, Phil. Next time
Good
I'll
job.
see you in 2 minutes.
Good job. Bye-bye.